So, last left off, you guys were trying to head down to the kind of docks area.
Maybe.
So, have you had her searched at all to make sure she doesn't have anything on her?
That at least a searching of the pockets for, like, picks or anything of that nature would be fine. Especially in light of the fact that she apparently slipped cuffs.
Yep.
So, yeah. But my character is not going...
Thieves' tools on them.
Okay. I will put those on a table near me. And after they've been...
So it's magical hero.
Yes, I'm aware of that. How many healing points will I need to use to achieve that healing? I have 5.
I'd say probably just 1.
Okay. I will use 1 point.
You could say, in the last scene, she was all thumbs.
Screw off, Drew.
Oh, yes. Also, while you were searching her person, you would have seen that she'd taken the mask.
Alright. I'm gonna put that on the table with the thieves' tools as well.
Alright.
And I'm going to be seated at that table.
Alright, I believe that's everything.
Okay.
So, back to the other group for a minute. So, we have Vasilisa, Thanon, Dirk, and Emily Eloise, all heading... Did I say it wrong?
No, you're fine.
You throw me off when you do that, just so you're aware.
Sorry.
I believe you guys were all heading outside and heading down. As you come outside, you'll see a carriage pull up and stop that Vasilisa will recognize belongs to the High Cleric of the Raven Queen.
Shit.
Drew, if you want to take it from here.
The door opens and you see a wizened old man who looks like he might in fact perish at any day now. Clothed with adornments to offset his haggard appearance with a degree of opulence. And he gestures for you to come in and sit across from him in his padded carriage. And he says, Cleric Corbinian, please join me. We have much to discuss, and less time to discuss it in.
So Vasilisa will, of course, say, yes, of course, sir, and go ahead and climb on in.
The door will close, and he looks over and says to the driver, "Go about the block, please." And as the clip-clap of the horse hooves on the cobblestones begin residing and obfuscating the crowd outside, he gestures over to a small case, opening and revealing a bottle of wine, and says, "Would you care to partake?"
No, thank you, sir.
"You're right. No, this is red. We need champagne. In light of the disturbance today, I decided that I should engage in a higher sport of divination. Now, I asked the Raven Queen. He pours you a glass before he pours. There is an insurrection about to happen involving Tiamat that will infringe on the holdings of the Raven Queen. They've also deduced that the Chained One refers to your friend Al. Alexandria?
Yes. Are you aware that she is currently more than likely actually chained somewhere?
For quotes from a divination spell for that morning. The reference to thieves correcting the sins of these other people and bringing them to our design.
I suspect the best place, like you suggested, to begin is the jail.
Very well. Would you prefer that I gather your friends? Or would you prefer to speak in private with Alexandria and the Paladins?
Let's just do this as a group function.
That is wise. There is an old proverb. Don't split the party. I think it might prove prudent in light of recent events.
Fucking wise indeed.
He brings his carriage around back to the rest of the group and opens the door.
The other old proverb is never get involved in a land war in Asia. I don't know where that...
I paid you to drive the carriage!
I like the idea that they kind of take turns being driver. You just caught them, just happened to be like a Wednesday, so you got this guy.
They're
actually
twins.
just twins, yeah.
This is a long con.
Yeah.
And he will collect the rest of the party if there is no objection and take you all to the prison.
So, I mean, you took her away,
Then came back.
and then did you make it known to us, like, what your affiliation was, or do I know this? Because if so, I'm marching to the Temple of the Raven Queen to go and get this person, or figure out what happened, because nothing was conveyed to us other than get in. No, not you.
Panicked look on Vasilisa's face.
So-
He's wearing opulent vestments of the Raven Queen all over him. I think that you can surmise as to his identity.
Okay, then yeah, I am going to be going to the Temple of the Raven Queen.
Clearly, it's a woman posing as a high cleric of the Raven Queen.
I'm gonna try and figure that out. I mean, that's where I would have been pushing to go and deal with things, because I would not have assumed that they would just make a loop and come back. And I don't think if they said that, I would trust it.
I'm confused.
Apparently,
Present right now.
clerics are very, very eccentric. Please just
What
get
was
in.
that, Thomas?
Your family has been a valued asset in our support within the city.
Excuse me.
I said I like your family because your family is politically involved with my efforts.
And wealthy.
And, well,
Would you like some champagne? It's
No.
very expensive. You should know. Your family bought it.
With my salary.
I'm going to look out the window and try my best to ignore everything that's happening right now.
I'll take that as a no.
I'm sitting there, arms folded.
He hands you the glass, and she won't.
I don't reach to take the glass.
I assume Thanon reaches for every glass that's held out.
One in each hand and one already held in his teeth.
Where's the bottle?
He's got two in each hand.
No. Here, take mine. I'm not going to drink it either.
Vasilisa, perhaps you could explain, as I do not wish to infringe on your mission, which from here forth I am considering to be your dictum.
Gross.
Melway? I thought perhaps we could wait for that until we reach the jail.
I'm sat at a table with 4 guards, warily watching this person who's chained to the wall at 4 points. Inside a cell, I am spinning this white raven masquerade mask, on the table.
One more thing.
Break it, you're replacing it.
One more thing, he says as he's allowing everyone to exit. And he leans in and whispers to you, Vasilisa. And he says, do ensure that it is politically clear that any wrongdoing on the part of Alexandria is not officially sanctioned nor affiliated with our temple. You must, of course, when it comes to these. You are simply meant to know these things. I trust in the Raven Queen's wisdom that with this knowledge you will make the correct choices.
I understand.
And he lets you exit.
Come, sir, we're late for our 3 o'clock at the promenade.
As Thanon is leaving, he's going to try and take the bottle with him.
Discreetly? Okay, roll.
He actually raises an eyebrow and says to you, excuse me, may I please know whom you are?
Thanon Del Cervis, the Duke of Laura Battenbridge, at your service.
I will remember the name. Would you care for another bottle for the road? I'm not going to drink it all myself. He gives you a red wine as well.
I was going to drink that one.
Too late.
You said only 1 bottle was for this.
Well, I did this on purpose to raise your blood pressure.
Oh! Wait, it's passing. That was a good one, sir.
You're at the prison, and the cart will drive off.
Well, that was weird.
Quite.
Guarding the prisoner.
The High Cleric was normal. We need to get inside.
I would like to know what all of that was about.
I'd rather only explain it once, if that's okay. And I'm sure your friend will want to hear the tale as well.
He was like saying that as a yes, let's go in, because you had made that clear that you didn't want to say it twice.
It's a fucking mouthful.
I'm part of the human stack now!
It's just a lot easier than having all of the tokens spread out.
Would someone mind streaming so I could see what they're...
In the first room.
Hearing the door open, I will stand up and stand at attention, assuming that it's going to be some higher power within the city.
You're right. It's me. Oh.
Seeing
Very
you, he relaxes.
Are we all entering, or is it just...
Everyone is entering.
I'm the
You're
last to
too
enter,
drunk.
and I'm going to make sure that everyone goes in front of me. Like, goes in front of me. I'm keeping an eye on all of you. Is anyone trying not to enter?
And just double check, which room are we entering? Are we entering the room that Yvonne is chained up in?
Yeah.
Or are we just entering the room outside that?
No, because I'm in that room with her.
Okay.
Okay. Dirk, I call over the group as you're behind it. You didn't send me a message that you were on your way here. What's going on?
I didn't want to be here. A cleric of the Raven Queen seemed to have other
The high cleric.
thoughts. Him. So now we're here,
Allegedly.
and I am waiting for an explanation. I don't like being in the dark.
Nothing for a dwarf to say.
Okay. Then...
I'm gonna chuckle out of the guards at that.
He just sort of raises a gauntleted hand and points it uncertainly at the person wearing black and red, and said, You're a cleric of the Raven Queen. What did the High Priest want?
The High Priest wants many things.
What did the High Priest want with you and my partner?
Me, your partner, you.
I'm the Duke. What was the question again?
What are you the Duke of, precisely?
Hazard.
Banridge. People...
Sir, are you drunk?
No! No, I've only had a bottle.
Only a bottle.
Only.
That was a good bottle, though.
I'm going to, without looking at it,
I still have
grab the chair or stool I was seated on and slide it in front of me and said, Would you like to sit down?
Thank you very much. Okay. Good man. Good man. This one. He's a good man.
I'm going to turn to Lady Sinclair and say, Lady Sinclair, who is this man and why is he here?
He is an acquaintance. And he's here...
I'm helping.
Yes. He's here because he's helping.
Is he actually helping, or shall I remove him?
Where am I in relation to him? Can I shake my head without him seeing me?
you are...
I'm gonna shake my head like, he's not helping at all. But like, not where he can see me.
Campaign?
Cleric, why do you believe that he is part of whatever is going on?
I don't question. I just take the orders, if that makes sense. I mean, you're
Questioning is an important part of surviving life.
It is important that in character you know that divination is a spell that enables clerics to speak with gods. You know that because you are a cleric. And it allows them to ask a question, they can get an answer, it can be often cryptic. What was conveyed to you is that the High Cleric, the cleric who's in charge of the temple of the whole city, this chapter that you're a part of, has told you that this was the answer to his question of how he could best serve the Raven Queen. And he believes that he had to give you this mission because of what's written in the chat there. And you have a handwritten version of it in game as well, if you so choose to refer people to it. In other words, you know that this order isn't really... The order to do this mission is coming from the High Cleric, but those words came directly from the god you worship.
Okay. I forgot where we were before you started talking.
Why do you believe?
We have been tasked with a mission from the Raven Queen.
We.
We.
I look to Dirk. We.
She hasn't said anything more yet. I'm still waiting.
Would you
Okay,
like to
let's-
read the prophecy?
Please. Please do
I'm just
that.
gonna hand that over to you. I don't want to read it.
To me. Okay.
There you go. You got this.
Okay, that's fine. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong things. I'm going to read it out loud. I'm first going to scan it for any identifying marks or anything that would indicate more than just the words on the page, like if it was signed or if there's anything about the paper.
There's nothing identifying someone on the paper that has the answer to divination on it.
Okay.
The paper that possesses the seal of the Raven Queen High Cleric, along
When you're
with
done reading, I'll give you the other one.
her warrant as an agent acting in official capacity, is on a separate piece of paper, so that she may show either or to people
Okay.
at her discretion.
All right. And you're handing them both to me.
I was just gonna hand you the one and then hand you the other one after you were done reading, but we could hand both.
Okay.
Here, have both.
Because he would be interested in that seal first, as the official document. And he'll read that and understand the...
Severity.
Yes, and he'll
The
set
weight.
that on the table with the mask and the thieves' tools. And he'll set... And then he'll clear his throat and begin reading. When those born small can stand again tall, the powers of Tiamat will once again fall. Protect the chained one, she endangers herself and your... Platinum hands need a thief's tools to find thieves, who are found themselves the she-dragon's fool.
Can I see that?
No.
No.
Oh, then read it again. What's the first line?
When those born small can stand again tall, the powers of Tiamat will once again fall.
Isn't everyone born small? Babies are tiny.
And you're a duke.
Yes.
Okay.
And what was the part about the dragon?
St. Clair dragons shall slay the St. Clair dragon with an origin story.
What's the grammar? Is it saying that it'll say a dragon with an origin story, or it'll say a dragon with an origin story?
I don't know. I look to Lady St. Clair and say, does your family keep dragons, my lady?
No. I do have an ancestor who's a dragon, but I do not see why we would need to slay him.
Oh, of course. Okay. And Platinum Hands is, I look to Dirk, us. Need a thief's tools. I look at the thieves' tools on the table. I say, I've already got those.
No.
Owl
Yes,
growl
they
at
are right
this.
there.
What?
The girl on the wall. You need the girl on the wall.
The thief.
The thief.
We found her, though.
And she
we have
gave
her
me
tools.
these thieves' tools.
God damn it. I think you need her other tools, as in her.
Shut up.
Are you insulting my 8 wisdom?
Al will actively look annoyed with a skull through him going through that.
Who are found themselves the she-dragon's fool. So... Your high priest gave you this, and it was the result of a spell he cast to speak with the Raven Queen.
Devotion? Divination?
Divination.
I was right the first time. Okay.
And then he gave you, and I reach to the table and pick up the writ with the seal of the Raven Queen on it. This, which gives you all of the powers of an Inquisitor of the Temple.
Yeah. He also gave us champagne, which is what's happening with him.
He gave me champagne.
To be fair, he tried to give us all champagne, and we all just decided you could have it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Alright. Assuming that we're going to draw direct lines from the muddled meaning here to what is before us, we have a member of the family of Saint-Clair who is descended of a dragon. So we have Saint-Clair's dragon. The Platinum Hands could refer to my compatriot and myself as agents of the Platinum Dragon. And I look into the cell and I say, and it says we're supposed to protect, pointing at Al, the chained one? I mean, everything else in there is to a T. I turn toward her. You have been endangering yourself with your actions.
Some people need to be protected from themselves.
Al will kind of look over to you and nod, not nod, but kind of just shrug. If I'm a danger to myself, I'd rather really avoid that. I don't know, though.
Avoid what?
Never mind. Anyway.
I am...
Lost what I was trying to say.
So, you're saying that this prophecy has come to you and you're roping all of us into it because there are references that appear to refer to us.
Where does he enter into this prophecy, though?
Pointing at the drunkard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just wants to come along, and I don't know if we can really shake him at this point.
That's not
I
true at all.
I am perfectly capable of shaking.
There is a nice warm bed.
Duke.
There's
Please
a nice
don't.
warm bed right there that he can sleep in.
Lady St. Clair, please.
Where is the writ?
Is he not the fool they talk of in the prophecy?
Well, the she-dragon's fool would... It says who have found themselves the she-dragon's fool, which means pawns of the pawns of Tiamat.
Oh.
So I hope that he is not the she-dragon's fool, because if so...
Then there's a nice warm bed. Right there.
Listen, there's a lot of dragons involved in this prophecy. Trying to figure out which one is which is a little difficult. Excuse me.
There are 3 dragons potentially mentioned.
Gotta
Tiamat.
sort all these dragons out in the dungeon.
Yeah. We've got the dungeon. We've got the dragon. The game is going well, then. That's what
Would
I'm told.
I have any idea what it means by when those born small can stand again tall? Like, are we talking about hobbits?
If I had to guess based on the metaphoric nature of the rest of the piece,
I was trying to ask Derek.
I mean, I suppose you can make an insight roll to try and figure it out.
Let's do that.
But
Where's the writ?
You don't get to touch anything. It's 20.
Yeah, but where is it?
He declared that he put it down on the table next to the...
Oh, but I also declared picking it up, and I have both documents in my hand at the moment.
Okay.
I had set it down, and then I read this thing out loud, and then when I was talking about it, I picked the writ up again. So I'm currently holding both pieces of paper.
The wielding paw.
Yeah.
Derek.
What?
Derek, I rolled a 20.
Roll a 20.
Fuck.
Like, in total? Or
16
total?
plus 4.
16 plus 4. Okay. You believe it could have a couple meanings. It could mean someone literally small, or it could mean someone figuratively small, from like of lesser means, someone poor, perhaps.
I also want to point out on the writ, it will name Vasilisa specifically.
Yeah, that I assumed.
I'm legally required to be here.
Very clearly. I am currently... Things have progressed rather quickly, and I'm trying to get a handle on them, as I'm sure Dirk wants as well. It seems that you have been given an assignment by your temple, which is to be expected of a cleric, but this assignment, as you have brought it to us, seems to implicate that we are to assist you with your mission. And I am simply trying to ascertain that that is in fact the case. And while I can see that it references, or it makes a reference that could be us, I am having trouble parsing out what this whole thing is supposed to mean. I mean, if I'm to take it at its face value, it would seem that Tiamat is risen, and we're supposed to make sure that she falls? Like, that she's risen is news. But the only directive it gives is that we are supposed to use the thieves' tools to find thieves who are the pawns of Tiamat.
So we
Oh, you know what? That could refer to the person who Al has claimed is framing her.
Is that not the quarry?
It could. It definitely could.
Do you think they are different, or do you think that they're both referencing the same person? Dirk.
I'm not certain that they're referencing the same person, but
Either way, we do still need to take care of that person.
Okay. That person being Al's quarry.
And the most likely thief of your ladies. What is it again? What was the price?
Shift weave.
Yeah, that. Which I'm sure she would like to get her hands back on.
Yes.
Technically, still rightfully belongs to yours truly.
Technically, yours truly probably shouldn't have ran.
Fight me.
My lady didn't run.
Ma'am, you are chained to a wall. It's now the time.
Lady de Saint-Clair,
Hmm.
what do you make of all this?
The fuck would you ask me that?
Have the highest standing here. You have to make the decision.
Oh, what? Really? Okay. Rip me.
I mean, they both answer to you.
It's, you know what? It is true. I am technically your employer, aren't I? It seems, for now, we should solve this mystery behind the shift weave. Perhaps then this prophecy will make more sense.
Perhaps. I have been unable to extract any useful information about the framer from our current top suspect. Perhaps you would like to speak to her.
I'm not sure if she would look kindly to me after our last run-in.
You were supposed to be giving her a valuable object.
I also hit her with multiple spells.
She doesn't need to look kindly upon you to answer you.
That's also true. I still have one more ice knife.
Please don't.
I'm just going to get up and walk over to her.
Oh, nice.
Walk over where?
Dirk. Go ahead, Thomas.
What?
I said go ahead, Thomas.
I thought you said Dirk.
Yes.
No. I'm going to stop about 7 feet from her. You see, just resting on he has a walking stick that he's just kind of resting on. And he's just going to look at her and say, "Who stole the thing?" And then turn around and go, "She knows who took what it was?"
She has made allusions that she believes that she might know that there might be a person who may be intending to frame her with this possible crime.
That is not confusing at all.
No.
And then he turns around and goes, "What's going on? I'm confused now, more than I was."
2 drinks ago.
Showing the club.
I 2? I had like 4 or 5. I really
He's
had like
got
half the bottle.
lots.
Apparently, when Thomas said Dirk, he meant Al, so Al, you're being addressed.
Oh,
I didn't say Dirk. You said Dirk.
I thought you had said that you were going over to Dirk.
No, I said to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard to her as well. I was like, why are we talking about Dirk?
Yeah, no, I heard Dirk.
I heard Dirk.
I didn't
I heard her.
realize I was being addressed, so could you please re-ask?
Basically asked you who it was that you were insinuating had stolen from you.
Oh, I will give the same description that I gave to Eskel, saying that it was towards the merchant shops, near the port, and the man with the golden eyes, etc.
These are 2 different people, are they? Asking out of character.
No.
You should ask in character, always.
No, I'm trying to articulate the fact that the explanation was not really an in-character explanation. It was, she would tell you that this was the thing, so I'm just with...
Oh.
Well, that was the in-character explanation. We gotta treat everything as in character. Please.
Okay. So in character, she said the jewelry shop owner and the guy with, how do you know this person?
very long story that I really feel like not getting into.
Well, you're not going and
Well, as you can see, I'm currently wearing a necklace, and she will kind of just look down at her neck where her necklace would lie. And, well, he was the one that made it for me.
so you know this person intimately.
Not necessarily. I originally saw him in passing and saw him heading towards his shop. Asked if he worked there, and he said yes. So, thus I ended up asking if he could possibly do this for me. And he did.
So he sold you a necklace. The jeweler sold you a necklace, as jewelers tend to do to people. And that means that he's framing you for a crime.
Potentially, yes. I might have dropped my mask in passing.
That was
Maybe
not
he
a
has
terribly long story.
I think it's
something
missing some
else.
parts. So you met him when
Yeah.
you commissioned him.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Well, I provided the stone, so I had to retrieve it from where I was keeping it and then go and bring it.
Is it visible now, or is it worn under clothing?
It would be visible.
Then I'm going to have a look at this stone.
Oh, righty.
Describe it.
It is a smaller, uncut, unpurified diamond. It is a tiny bit jagged.
So what do you roll to
Trying
see if
to
you
see.
know anything about jewelry?
Appraise, which doesn't exist anymore.
Intelligence. You just roll straight intelligence.
Yeah, because I think there's normally like jeweler's tools, which I think is what it would fall under, but you're not proficient with those, or just intelligence?
Well, that would just give you proficiency if you had them. It's in a check that you would have proficiency in.
So, intelligence.
It's a 7.
Alright, what is it you're trying to learn here?
I'm just looking at like the general, like, quality of the stone.
I mean, it seems decent quality, but you can't really tell, like, you're not sure. It's not something you're used to. It's not like you go around buying your own jewelry, you have people for that.
Think at that, he would probably think it looks like shit, because all the diamonds he's used to wearing are set and faceted. You're looking at an uncut rough diamond.
Fair point.
That's what I was saying. Like, if she's described it as uncut, but like, would it be obvious that it's uncut?
Oh, it's obvious that it's uncut
Yeah.
because it doesn't have fats. Sorry.
Nope, you're
What's up?
you're good. You know more about this than I do, evidently.
It's
so
obvious that it's uncut because it doesn't have facets. That's what a cut diamond has. They have facets. This thing just has rough surfaces and jagged edges. To you, it looks like a clear rock. It could be glass.
Okay, I see. And I'll just kind of What's the significance of this stone?
A friend gave it to me a long while ago.
And why do you believe that it just fell out of your pocket or pouch at the time of commissioning this person?
If you mean my mask, I'm unsure.
Not because it was missing?
I only realized days later it was missing.
So, you realize days after meeting this person that your mask was missing, and now you stand here saying that you think they took it and used it to try to frame you. So, something happened that makes you believe they would want to do that.
Nothing happened, I swear.
Well, then they have no reason to frame you, and you're guilty of stealing an item that you already won by rights, making you an idiot.
Didn't.
At this time, we're going to hear a knock at the door. Do any of you try and go to answer it, or do you leave it for one of the guards?
I'll go answer it.
Not my business.
The cleric of the Raven Queen is going to go answer it.
I mean, in the guardhouse, it probably makes sense that a guard would go to answer it.
I think so.
Just putting that out there.
So if you start moving towards the door, one of the guards pop up. I've got it, and go over and open it. He just opens it for a second, and there's someone there who hands him what looks to be a letter, and he closes the door back. There's... That one's name is Thinon, right? As he gestures towards Thomas's character.
That's me.
Wait, he has a name?
I tried to say it earlier, but it was very hard to parse.
I thought he said Duke of Blandberry.
Evidently, there's a letter here for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab back the prophecy and the writ and store those.
Take
We don't
the
forget.
thing.
I will hand those over. Thomas takes his letter.
So, you received the letter. I have teamed it to you for you to read over.
I'm just going to be looking pleadingly at Al and say, I am doing everything in my power to help you here, and you are not helping yourself.
She will remain quiet.
You realize that if you are determined guilty, which I point over my shoulder with a thumb, the Lady de Saint Clair can decide you will be executed.
Actually, at this point, she can't decide. My orders were
We'll
clear,
look towards
And-
Vaz.
And my writ was clear.
And if you want to complete your mission, then we have to understand what's going on here.
Right, but you don't get to threaten her with execution.
She is now threatened with execution.
If we're explaining the laws to her, then that's just what we're doing.
If you want her not executed, I recommend you convince her to abide the laws. Or you'll fail your mission.
Once Tendon's finished reading the note, he will carefully fold it up and slip it away, and then turn to Emily. And it's very serious now. Vasilisa. Who is Lord Axel?
Who?
What's going on?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually hear you. Could you repeat that?
Said, who is Lord Axel?
Lord Axel. That's not a name I recognize. Is that a name I should recognize?
Not as far as you're aware.
Okay, cool.
How about a crest? A 5-headed dragon eating your crest.
Excuse me?
The 5-headed dragon is Tiamat.
Why is Tiamat eating her crest?
It just makes mention of Lord Axel, whose crest seems to be Tiamat devouring your crest. He has some sort of vendetta against your family.
You're receiving letters from this man?
No, this is from someone else. I know someone who apparently has been pressed into servitude for this man.
Can we finish dealing with this chained one?
Unlock her, please. At least. Let's be civilized about this.
We are being very civil.
Not.
She is made.
Your statement just said to protect her. She's very well protected here, surrounded
You're
by
not the
guards
guards.
and safe from herself.
You're not the guards.
And we are Bahamut's justice.
And also, I'm Lady du Saint-Clair. The
And I have a
guards can
writ
listen to me.
that overpowers you. My writ gives me more right to command them than you have.
Your writ is for your quest. If you fail in your quest, that is of no consequence to me.
I mean, clearly someone is threatening your family and related to the quest.
That is my family's business, not yours.
We're just trying to help. Chill out,
Fuck,
princess.
they can die.
Alright, I would like to... So would you please help yourself?
How?
Answering the question, why does this man want you framed? Convince me that you are innocent of this, and then I will more than happily allow these guards to release you and add you to this merry quest to save the Desanclair family.
I don't know.
How is that possible? You had a mask, you asked them to make a necklace, you didn't have the mask, and then the mask was at the scene of the crime. And you claim that it was the jeweler. Why? You have given me nothing to make me believe that they had any reason to do it.
Fine. If you release me, I will show you exactly why.
You don't have that leverage!
If I might explain, there might have been something I could.
Explain it.
It was a small pair of earrings.
And what does a small pair of earrings mean? Where was this small pair of earrings?
I was supposed to be giving them as a gift, but I'm not going to. I'm going to return them. They were in my place of residence. Unless they have since been removed, they should still be there.
And they belong to this jeweler?
Yes.
So, you know where this jeweler is.
Correct.
Because you went to his shop.
Need to interrupt for a second here. After the guards have had a chance to look at the writ, they will begin releasing, Al.
She will start to rub her wrists.
Do not
I cannot
run.
imagine they are quite comfortable.
Dirk be by the please. Shit, Dirk's dead.
Al will thank the guards and look to Askel. I'm not going to continue lies. I'm now being honest.
I cannot understand a word you just said.
Al will look to Askel and say, I don't intend on lying anymore. This is now me being honest. And if you would like, these guards can escort us to my place of residence. I can retrieve the earrings and return them myself, with the guards and you all present. And whatever he does to me, he do what he may.
Well, I mean, he's not allowed to actually hurt you. We're supposed to protect you.
You're telling me, let me just make sure I have this right. You stole a pair of earrings, this jewel. So he framed you for theft instead of simply, I don't know, calling the guards or reporting guards. This all seems very elaborate for theft.
It all seems elaborate, but it is what's apparently transpired.
Suppose we shall see.
going to pick up the mask from the table with the thieves' tools and begin to walk them over toward Al. And I'm going to stop with the guards, who are very clearly all there since they've let her out, and say, does any of you recognize this?
I assume you told me about the
Mask. Yes.
None of them do.
Wait, what?
I recognise that. That's a symbol of the Raven Queen.
Well,
Actually, it's not. To a degree. It's not an exact replica. And, well... No.
It's a bird head, ain't it?
I'm trying to find a way to extract a piece of information that the rest of the party has that my character doesn't.
My uncle passed away. We took him to a bird head place. They gave him a proper burial.
Can I make a history check on it?
Sure.
Nine.
What is it you're trying to, remember or figure out here?
Trying to understand if there is any historical importance of this mask, because there is. And my character hasn't been given it. You're right.
That's for me to know. For you not to know.
How old is Eskel?
Eskel is 19.
19. Then there's nothing that you can remember or are aware of in regards to a mask like this.
Okay. Give the thief the items back.
She will take them.
Would you like to leave the cell, or should we keep it chained? I'm a bit confused.
She can leave. You can unchain her.
She's already unchained.
Right. Yes. Oops.
Al will start to depart the cell.
Well, cleric, what's our next stop?
Let's find the other thief.
Where do we begin?
Al.
Yeah.
No running.
She will. What was that?
No running.
I know. She will start to depart. Y'all coming?
Yeah. Yes.
So she will guide them to her place of residence.
Hey, Derek, I did get my documents back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said I gave them to you.
Right, I had put them away, but then I had to pull them back out for the guards. Make sure they're put back away.
I believe we're just waiting on the item. So.
going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Jesus.
I really hope we're not going on a rocket ship.
How do you even know? What is this rocket ship?
All right. So, where is it you are heading to? I was typing, so I got distracted.
I'm taking the rest of them to my place of residence to retrieve the earrings.
All right.
Dirk, all is okay?
Please don't. No. Please
No,
don't.
no hurt.
She will
I shouldn't have asked, and he couldn't have said not to.
almost eerily silent
Okay.
during this.
So, you guys go to Al's place of residence.
Where's that? What is that?
Could we not have taken a carriage?
Does she live like as like Aladdin does, with the best view of the whole city?
Grant, why am I walking everywhere? Hello?
I mean, do
You could
you
always
want
order your
to hire a
pals to carry
carriage
you.
or something? I don't know. I hadn't originally imagined this city being built with carriages in mind.
It's where the
There's
nobles
kind of a lot of
congregate
stairs.
every year.
Palanquin.
Palanquin.
Nice.
Ooh! I like that idea.
Dirk,
So-
as a-
Okay, so you guys
We're
find
adding more
some
people.
mode of transportation.
Al will walk.
I'm not getting in that thing.
I mean, I would assume that they weren't offering one to either of you.
Right.
Fair enough.
Alright, and so you guys will find your way down to one of the lower district, I'd imagine.
Yes.
And so you have arrived at what Al indicates as their home.
She will mention it's up to you if you wish to accompany or wait here.
What does her house look like?
You know, I don't.
I'm gonna go ahead and say she can stay outside.
I'm not letting you out of my sight, so
We'll just
I've
take
got the
door.
lady, Dirk.
I'd be surprised if you let her out of Maul's reach.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
say that.
Sam?
Get disapproving looks when you say that.
Sam. Sam.
Especially from the one that's gonna get mauled.
Sam.
They're not looking. What?
I need you to name your hammer Darth.
No.
I don't get it.
It's a good one.
Darth Maul. Eh.
Oh.
There has to be a magic item that is the Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing now. That has just been turned into a thing. I'll make it later.
Right.
It was worth it.
So we're not supposed to split the party, but
So, Al...
round 2, electric boogaloo.
Look, I mean, if she's living in a shack, why would I enter that? I'm just saying.
I mean, it is kind of important what the area we're in is like, because it's going to tell the paladins how on guard they need to be.
Do you have the monies? If you don't have the monies, you don't have the nice house. That's how it
It's
works.
not
Unless you're
a
squatting.
horrible- It's not horrible,
Sorry.
but it's livable.
So a rather modest dwelling.
Yeah.
So I'm not going in. I'll be outside.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
afraid the poverty
Okay,
might affect
Schnee.
her.
One of the paladins may enter.
I know that Dirk's got that covered. I'm covering the people outside.
And I'm gonna go in with them to make sure Dirk doesn't stab her.
I would like to point this simple fact out, that you would know that they're proclaimed followers of Bahamut, who's a lawful good deity. She is
Right,
not.
but this one has acted very squirrely. I trust the other one. I don't trust that one.
In his defense, so has Al.
Yeah, but Al's not a criminal. She is not being charged with that.
I mean, she stated that she stole these earrings. She is a criminal.
I did state that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. Which is why when it was you stole stuff, you gonna be thrown in jail, executed, what have you. Like, this is the laws exist for a reason. And then she's like, yeah, but fuck the laws. And it's like, what?
But in my defense,
I'm aware that she's a criminal. I'm not letting her out of my sight.
also,
And
it's
I'm
just
not letting him with her out of my sight.
it's just her saying that someone else framed her for this theft. So, like, I mean, she's still our prime suspect right now.
Anyhow.
But she literally just had the guards of the city release her, despite the charges against her. So
I'm not a guard of the city, though.
I mean, they were holding her on the charges for her theft that she has admitted to.
yeah, that's a completely different thing. She did that on her own. I'm just saying that, for one thing,
She's
they're
returning them.
not guards of the city. They could arrest her and bring her in, but it's kind of like they're basically just good Samaritans.
What?
Yeah, we don't have any legal authority in the city, but we do have the moral authority and the mall. So, I mean...
I've got authority
Clearly,
back
Drew,
home.
I can't
so
leave her with him.
Play it
just
through.
take her home.
So, yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
enter just the three of us?
Just the three of us.
Yes.
Just
Somebody
the
find a
three of
stoop
us.
for the Duke to sit on.
I'm going to grab the earrings from the place where I hid them originally. And sigh a little bit as I had straightened myself back up and show for proof to both Dirk and Vaz I have them in my hands.
Alright.
And
Is there
then
anything else you need before we get going?
she'll shake her head no.
Alright, then let's get out of here.
And she'll nod as they leave.
And we're a whole party again.
Kind of.
So while they were inside, I would have begun a conversation with Thenon, who may or may not still be tipsy here. We've been walking a while. Have you been drinking the whole time?
No, I think he's sober. If not sobered up, then he's close to it.
Okay. What is...
I was told it was the Sanclair crest being eaten by a five-headed dragon.
Indeed. And the contents of the note make you believe that this person is a legitimate threat to my lady?
Yes, it said that he, and I quote, has it in for the Sanclairs. Now I'm wondering, perhaps when she returns, maybe get her to send a message to her father. He might know more.
I mean, she's still here with us.
Oh, I thought she'd gone in with them.
No. See
I'm
this
not
place?
going in there.
Squalor.
Yeah. Okay, then. Okay. Perhaps you should send a missive to your father and find out if he knows anything.
Yes.
Some old family feud or... some
Yes,
sort.
there's a lot I must inform Papa of.
So it does lead me to one other question, Mr. Duke Thanon. What is your interest in the family de Saint-Clair?
Well,
Why do you have
initially,
agents informing you of movements against them?
They were not informing me of movements against the St. Clairs, they were informing me of issues with my own family that apparently have something to do with this, Lord Axel. This is merely an unpleasant coincidence.
So there is something relating you to Lord Axel, and it coincidentally also has to do with the de Saint-Clair family.
Apparently so. I've
Okay.
only learned this tonight.
I see.
Shit, it's nighttime?
No, it'd be late afternoon by this point, though.
Okay.
Today.
Sorry.
It's that you're the official agent of the temple. So that means if someone defies it, they are defying an official edict of the main one of the city. I don't know what exists outside the city, if there's this barren wilderness. But if anyone affiliated with the temple here, like, your jurisdiction doesn't extend to the city. It extends to anyone who doesn't want to piss off the Temple of the Raven Queen at large.
Got it.
Which in this case includes the guards, because that is who provides a fair amount of their healing in case of, attack or emergency.
You literally have the authority of the basically like the cardinal of the city. Like, your writ is powerful, at least with people who care about that.
So theoretically, if there are temples of the Raven,
Doesn't decide to contradict it.
okay.
Which, why would they?
Ah, my half-brother runs the temple in that city. I hate him. Fuck your writ.
Yeah, but we have this words from the Raven. It doesn't matter.
My brother's an idiot. He probably made it up.
It's worth going to hell.
That was, I think, that for that discussion for now, anyway. They've come back outside. Probably caught part of it. Wasn't trying to hide anything, so... When they come back out, I would simply turn to the cleric and say, "And?"
We have the earrings. Now we seek the thief.
The jeweler.
We found the thief. We seek the jeweler.
Owl will growl at
Which one we
the
both called you out?
both comments.
Stop growling.
Feral little thing, isn't she?
It's supposed to be
She'll
elf.
raise an eyebrow at
I'm supposed to be the feral one.
Bess. And then I assume we make our way to the jeweler.
So, under Al's guidance, you guys can make it to the jeweler down by the docks. It doesn't take you too much time. So you have now arrived. Are there any conversations you intend to have along the way, or is it just mostly just silence as you progress?
Silence on Al's behalf.
Dirk hums slightly unsettlingly.
Penon is pen.
All right.
I'm vigilant for threats.
I'm annoyed.
I am also vigilant for threats, and also
Humming.
Al.
All right.
Do. Keep an eye out for threats. Do.
So-
What's that over there? Oh, it's a cat. Doot.
So you guys get to the jeweler. So you've arrived. You just head in. Do only part of you go in?
I'm going to step forward and say, "Let me go in first. We'll suss the man out." And before anyone can say anything, I'm in.
He's in.
Does anyone else just head in immediately as well, or do they actually wait?
I don't know. I kind of want to see how this plays out.
Al is not going to enter, being that Thunen has decided he was going to step forward and
Haskell is going to grab Al's shoulder and guide her into the building.
Is this a reputable jeweler?
That's a good question.
Yes, the place seems fairly nice.
Okay, I will enter.
Al
And
will
Al's
try
back.
shrugging Eskel's arm or grip off,
Nope.
probably very unsuccessfully.
Nope.
So
I guess
sounds
we're
like
all going.
everyone heads in.
Great.
Thunon does have a head start.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
About 5 seconds.
As
So-
soon as he gets in, as soon as he hears the door opening behind him, looks around and sees everyone else coming in, he's going to roll his eyes. And kind of like do that,
Let's let the noble handle the shit, but okay.
you know, the hands thing, you know, like, what the fuck?
You mean the middle finger?
Just
No, that's
me
not a
shrugging in
question.
the background of.
Hold on.
Alright, so as you come in, you'll be greeted by a human shopkeeper. It's like, greetings. Quite a lot of you. What can I do for you?
We seek the jeweler.
You're talking to him?
Alice
That-
is the guy.
That Lady Sinclair I spy.
Al will look up from looking down at her feet. Do I recognize him, Derek?
You do.
Oh, great.
This man does fit the descriptions.
Roughly.
She will sigh and place the earrings probably on the counter before her.
Oh, you found my pieces that have been stolen a while back. Wherever did you find them? Do you know who took them?
And this is where Al will directly look back down and ignore the question.
I will lean forward and say, I think you should answer him.
It's like a dad and his 5-year-old.
Take a deep, shaky breath and happy.
Rarely.
Good to know.
Then what are you doing back here? Why did you steal them in the first place? And unsurprisingly, why did you bring them back?
Ignores the There. Wait. Remind me of the order real quick. Hold on.
Like the order of the questions?
Yes.
What are you doing back here? Why did you steal them? And why did you bring them back?
I stole them, or because it was the best thing to do. She will slightly say begrudgingly, but also a bit more sincere than. She will begrudgingly say it, but it is very sincere.
Begrudgingly say what?
Oh god, I'm sorry, I just lost my wording. It was the best thing to do, and I was also forced. My hand was forced in order to get out of this situation.
I see, so you are caught.
She will nod.
Noticing the hand still, that I presume is still on Al's shoulder.
I have been debating dropping it when she started telling the truth, honestly.
Alright.
But she still has two gleaming paladins standing behind her.
There's a lot of Bahamut in that area.
Yeah,
I would presume by you two.
Technically, that is.
Is this all that you've been missing lately?
Hey!
All I was missing from that one night in particular, at least. There was some other things a long while back, but nothing recent.
She will look around and say, I didn't do it.
Cleric.
Hmm?
I believe there is one other piece of business here, then?
Yes. You wouldn't happen to have acquired any shift weave recently?
Me? Whatever would make you think that? Maybe a jeweler, but I can't afford things such as magnificent as that if I wish to keep making pieces.
Some allegations have been made that you may be involved with a piece of shift weave which has gone missing from Lady de St. Clair. So, I was hoping you would permit us to... Oh, Mr. DM.
Yes. The rest can have a look around, but I need to keep my eye on you. No offense.
Quit it with the racist bullshit. Al will straight up say.
If you quit with the thieving and they quit with the murdering, I'll be happy to.
Who murdered?
I brought it back. She will get very...
I'm sorry, what murdering are you referring to?
The kind that commonly occurs at the hand of your kind.
Oh. Thought it was something I could... Anyway. I'm not gonna repeat that.
Let's have a look about the shop.
I suppose. I'm not entirely sure where in this area, like, it seems like one would... Like, we're in the storefront, presumably.
Yep.
Are we being allowed to search in, like, a storage area, or are we just, like, looking around the cases, or what is the layout of this place like?
There'd be a back room and some space beneath the back counter where things should be stored that he will permit you to look through.
Hold up. Lady St. Clair.
Yes?
How exactly Does it possible he's fucking wearing it?
Oh shit!
I'm gonna insight this man.
All right. Okay. Insight about what? Like just
Quality.
If you wanted to keep doing your search thing, I was planning to speak with him.
I want to just get a feel for him
Whether or
from
not he's-
this conversation that we've had, and then so this is from the conversation that was already had, and then I am going to be searching, so I'm not involved in this bit. Like I went off and started to search, but my insight was shit. That's a whopping 11.
Whopping.
Whop it.
Seems reasonable enough, I suppose. A decent enough chap, I mean.
yeah,
Probably guilty of some things, but maybe nothing major.
You can't really get a read on him, so you're not sure if he's lying, telling the truth, or hiding anything.
The only thing criminal about this man are how low his prices are.
But in regards to the one who was wondering if he might be wearing the shift weave, please make a intelligence roll.
Wait. I add the intelligence number, not one of the skills.
Correct.
It's an 18.
18? Then you'll remember that the competition that was won was specifically a female fencing tournament.
Fuck.
Because it is a set of
Wait, why would it? Oh.
So it's unlikely that his current attire would be included in that of the shift weave.
You know, becomes a bunch of dresses and a tomboy outfit.
For sneaking out.
I got a 14 on my investigation.
You're not going out looking like that. No daughter of mine. It will fine. I look like this now. Okay, that's acceptable.
Holy nat 20.
On what?
Investigation.
Alright.
It's a good one to get a nat 20 on.
plus,
Nothing.
plus nothing.
It's-
Okay?
That's nothing. That's
We're
not what I meant for.
We're paladins. What do we need intelligence for?
I have
Cleric.
Yeah, she's a cleric. I feel like that.
Yeah, she's got all the wisdom.
I'm supposed to have the wisdom.
We got the
Use the
charisma.
Yep, that's me.
So between the two of you, you're able to search this place thoroughly and quickly. And while you're able to find some things, but you're not able to find anything that appears to be the shift weave itself.
Wait. I'm like,
You find
That
some
was word
jewelry, which makes sense because it's a jeweler.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up on that. That was word vomit. That's my bad.
You find some interestingly posed likenesses.
Yikes.
oof.
Oof, indeed. Interestingly attired as well.
Oh no.
I mean, can neither confirm nor deny the state of attire.
You do find a loose stone which has some, like a gold pouch hidden behind it. Perhaps savings hidden for safekeeping.
Ooh, let's drag that out.
Why?
Because if
What?
it has more than he should fucking have, he could have sold it.
He's a jeweler. He works in gold.
Damn it.
This man does have golden eyes.
Not exactly golden, but kind of a goldenish green.
Are they outside the normal scope of human eye colors? Because you said he appeared human.
Yes.
I thought he said he
Which
was
is-
human.
he is human as far as you are aware.
Okay.
So, like, they're within the realm of normal eye colors, but it's possible that with a glint from streetlight or something, like appear more golden.
Okay.
How wealthy does this guy look?
He seems fairly well to do, like especially at the moment because he's trying to look his best and is making more money during the festivities, bringing in more people, especially rich people like yourself.
Can I peruse his shop to see what he has available?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. What does he have available?
You'll find rings, earrings, necklaces, jewelry of all kinds.
He's got who's its and what's.
Surprisingly good quality, or is like what level of quality does his shop have?
Like, would she be caught dead wearing something from this man, or would she be dead if she wore something from this man?
You do not you see some good pieces. There might be one or two that catch your eye, but his best piece is by far the sapphire earrings, which were stolen by
Hell.
Al.
Hey, you got good taste.
Yours truly.
To this man, I'd like to say, in my most conversational tone, as neither of us is pleased, so, have you caught the festivities, perhaps this tournament, from this afternoon?
I've caught some here and there, mostly just talk from those who come in.
You seemed quite interested in Lady Sinclair. You know, she was providing the prize for today's event.
Oh, she was. I'd heard of what the prize was, but I wasn't sure where it was coming from or exactly what it was, just its name.
What name was that?
The Shiftweave.
I was under the impression that the de Sinclair family is the only one that provides that, are they not?
Perhaps I had never heard it beforehand, so I was unaware as to who was providing it and where it might have originated from.
So you thought it sounded interesting, but then you were surprised to hear that the Sinclair family were the ones producing it.
You could say that.
So you know the Sinclair family.
I've heard of them, yes.
Famous for what exactly? I mean, if they're not famous for shiftweave, then you must have heard about them in some other industry.
I know that the lord of the family is the Duke of Renault, and it pays to keep up to date on the names of the noble families, even if you don't know what they are famous for, in case you ever get a call for business.
Indeed. There was something... the thief who stole your earrings. She mentioned that you performed a commission for her. Is that true?
I have a name.
Al, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have a name?
Do you indeed have a name?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm afraid it's true. This man has no dick. Oh, come on, it's Ghostbusters, guys.
I've never
I've
seen it.
never seen Ghostbusters.
I did pick up on it.
Uncultured swine!
You've never
Alright,
seen
we're
Shrek.
adding that to the movie night list.
Alright. He finds out that she doesn't need have a name.
So, he says, yes, I did do a
very obviously huff at this.
Oh, what do I care?
And can you describe the piece that you performed, that you created?
Yes, it was turning what should be a rough diamond or some such into a necklace.
Or some such. Was it not a diamond?
I believe it to be a diamond. I didn't give it too much of a look since they provided the stone. Now, wary as to where it may have been sourced from, but
You're very odd for a jeweler. Would think that you'd be interested in any piece brought to you if you're going to put a hole in it or set it.
I took what care was needed to get the work done, but it wasn't particularly pretty, so I didn't pay it much mind. Might be glass, might be a rough gem.
That's definitely an insight check. He should be able to very easily tell the difference. And if he can't, then he's an idiot.
Yeah, so I do want to, like, all of this has been leading to that, but I would like to insight him.
Alright, roll your insight.
That is an okay roll. What's the total? Incite. How does the alphabet go? Okay, that's a 15.
He does seem to be hiding something.
Is he hiding the fact that he doesn't know about jewelry?
I was gonna say hiding his incompetence.
Part of this may be my own incompetence. So,
He seems to be keeping something back.
I would like to mention, if anybody is paying attention to Al, she does get slightly hurt when she hears that the assumption of the diamond is fake.
Is there more to this story that you're not telling me, sir? I feel like something's itching to get out as I talk to you. She did just commission the necklace, didn't she?
she did. Been a busy week. Lots of people in and out.
Indeed. Must have been difficult wanting to make sales without what looks to be your best piece.
Indeed. I was rather distraught at its theft. This was the best time to be able to sell it.
That would be pretty frustrating, I think.
Quite so.
I'm not in mercantile, so I can't claim to relate, but I can sympathize. I mean, hell, if somebody had made my business so difficult at a time when it should have been so easy, I'd be pretty upset. Incidentally, you're going to be okay, sir? Mr. I didn't catch your name.
Bug sled.
Derek?
I forgot it. I had it a second ago.
Oh, okay.
That's a my bad. I used that name once in the city, somewhere else. Amon. I don't know if I've used that.
Mr. Amon. Lost sales?
It will be hard to tell. There's still a few days of the festival left. I may get it sold. I may not.
And your... Sorry.
I'd say it's roughly 50-50.
50-50. Well, there could be worse odds. You're entirely certain you had no idea what his reaction to me pressing this particular question?
I mean, I know they've been stolen. I've reported them as such. But that's all there was to it. I never got a good look at their face.
So you actually saw the theft take place?
I saw a missing piece and someone running away in the night.
You were at your shop at night?
I was working on some commissions. Didn't have anything better to do.
What caused you to check on this piece in particular at the moment that you were busy?
Well, I had it kept in a glass case just to have it on display.
Ah.
So the sound of it breaking.
Oh. Is he telling the truth? Can I insight him?
Yes, you can insight him.
Okay. Another 15.
50. He still seems to be holding on to something. And based on when you were specifically looking for trying to judge his reaction, you would wager that it has something to do with what he knows of the thief.
And so you were working on this commission, and you heard glass break, which caused you to come to the showroom. And it was at that time that you saw that your prized piece was gone, its case broken, and someone leaving the shop. Do I understand the setup correctly?
Yes.
And you didn't see details about them because, of course, it was dark in the shop at that time.
It was dark, and while I ran out the door to try and get a better look at them, all I saw was their back.
I see. And that was that. The piece was gone, the person disappeared into the night, and not a trace other than a broken glass case was left.
Indeed.
And you went straight to the guards and informed them that someone had stolen it from you.
I did.
Indeed.
You can check with him if you need to know for sure.
Oh, of course. I'm going to very nonchalantly stride toward the front of the shop. I assume that there's windows here that look out onto the street?
Small ones, but yes.
I'm going to bend down and look out them. Are there lampposts, lanterns outside that would light the street at night?
There are some, but they tend to have a bit of distance between them.
Any close by this shop?
There would be one out front.
Indeed. Is it one that is on the street or one that is part of the shop? Would I suspect that it's lit by the city's watch, or by him specifically?
I imagine it would be part of the shop. Kind of a welcoming light for his evening hours.
I see.
If any.
Well, that is a harrowing tale. I am glad that you got your piece back, Mr. Aman.
Indeed.
That's all I wanted to say. Sorry to steal the spotlight for so long.
mean, we're busy searching the shop, so someone's got to question him.
Now, will that be all? Or does the lady have any business here of her own?
Jesus. Really?
I'm assuming they're talking.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The only lady.
Just making sure. You're here. Al is here.
We are not ladies.
Okay. I'm here. Can I see the earrings? Are the earrings for sale? Still?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Can I see the earrings then?
I steal them. He'll never see it coming.
Yes, you may.
Tell me about the earrings, please.
They are a set of beautiful gold and sapphire earrings. With some of the biggest sapphires you've seen, but still small enough to not be too heavy.
I feel like I should roll insight, but I don't know what for. Can I discern the quality of these earrings as compared to the rest of the well, never mind, hang on, we've already done that.
You did.
Shit. Where did you get these sapphires, if you don't mind me asking?
I got them from the dwarven mines here on the continent.
And is that where you source all of your gems?
Not all, but a fair amount. It is close and abundant in resources.
And how much are these earrings?
Those would be 150 gold pieces.
Wait, hold up.
They are by far my best piece.
Who is gonna ham keyboards?
That would be
Damn.
Sam.
I think it's paper too. Y'all making a symphony over here.
Symphony of keyboards.
Clack clack.
Tip, 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 tip.
Right?
Theoretically, couldn't she charge it to her family's name?
Yep.
Oh,
You really should learn how nobles work.
look, man.
Come on, you watch so much P&P. How do you not have some idea of how nobles work?
Well, those are poor people. Those are poor nobles.
I
And that's
should watch that. Hey, sorry.
now look what you've done. And it's the Regency, so it's a different era of
I
nobility.
know,
It's
but
not
like,
quite
how far removed from
formalized.
Victorian is it really?
Actually, a fair bit.
Damn.
They were country nobility. Well, country gentry, which is... Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry.
If the question is ever, how far away from the Victorians is it? The answer is always, well, they're not as filthy and awful people as the Victorians.
Fair.
Their culture actually was interesting.
Gold clashes with my outfit anyways, so...
But still clash with all of your outfit.
Yes, it's a color. I have cool outfits.
What color is your outfit?
Blues and white first.
You say blues and whites?
Silvers.
Silvers. Blues and silvers.
Would you like the post picture?
Yeah. What did you formulate your question for the jeweler?
What question for the jeweler?
You seem to be wanting to know something from him.
What did I want to know?
I don't know. I was waiting to find out.
I don't know either.
Were you just shopping?
You wanted to insight him, then you said you wanted to find out about the value of the earrings, and you remembered you'd already done that, so you were trying to figure out what you wanted.
Oh shit, wrong channel.
I didn't realize he didn't have access to this channel.
But he's here.
But he's clearly one of us.
One of us.
One of us.
He's an NPC, ignore him.
Whoa!
That is my high cleric, how could you?
That's what an NPC is.
Hi.
Cleric?
Usually high, sometimes a cleric.
It's the only way to deal with the PCs.
Honestly, it is.
Anywho.
No, I was just trying to suss out, like, why he has one piece that's such higher quality than the rest of his pieces, but I don't know how to.
Well, it's not just one piece. It's his best piece.
Okay.
But there are others that are similar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Whatever, then I'm just shopping.
Derek, did you, complete your search?
I want to ask the voices guy for clarification. Is there a man with a cudgel here keeping an eye on us as we search?
Fine.
I mean, initially keeping an eye on, the store to make sure it doesn't get robbed by somebody looking at a piece.
I would say there's probably now some muscle in the store.
Just suddenly out of nowhere.
Okay.
It's just a man, he's like leaning over a little bit, he's like eating a drumstick, and he just looks around really confused.
This is a reputable place. He should be. He should not be seen eating a drumstick.
I mean, like, he wasn't there, and then suddenly a man appears, and he's really confused just eating because he had been at a table.
Now he's in a store? And he has his cudgel, but he doesn't know why.
Now he's fired.
Would you like a job starting now?
You're fired again.
Okay, and then for clarification, did the bag of coins that had been uncovered seem like it was unusually large? Or no? I had been working on the assumption that it wasn't unusually surprisingly large, but I realized that was just an assumption that I made. I can roll something if you would like.
I mean, everybody is familiar with the gold coins, so I would say this isn't roll.
Well, for me to have stated to Vasilisa that he's probably just a fairly successful businessman.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay. You could have pushed me on that. You could push me on that if you want.
I want to count it. The crazy in the back of my brain wants to count it.
Were you a vampire?
I'll take it. Just count it.
The Raven Queen insists that you must have only an even number of coins at any given time.
Clerics are allowed to have odd numbers so that we may relieve the masses of these burdens. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, our search uncovered nothing untoward.
Nothing untoward, but from pretty much anyone who's inside him, the shopkeeper himself seems to have not been entirely honest.
Do you have a brother? No, I'm just kidding. Did I just hear somebody shout, "No one fucking cares"?
That seems reasonable for a line in that.
I don't know. Any ideas?
I will, since Dirk is now the one interrogating him and I am free to drift, I'm going to drift over to the cleric. And am I able to speak with her in a manner that would not be immediately overheard?
Oh, with Al? Or, sorry, I missed who the her
The
was.
cleric. Me.
With the cleric. Yeah, you could go into like a corner or something and speak quietly.
I just wanted to pass a phrase along, so I don't know that, like, dragging her over for an entire conversation is the kind of attention I want to draw.
Alright, I'd say it's possible, but maybe tricky, so you need to roll stealth.
Does my armor count against me for that?
No, it's just...
It counts double against you.
I
have the
just
opposite
wanted to
of
know,
accuracy.
like, is it reasonable that, like, my armor is not actually going to be giving me disadvantage for this kind of a stealth roll? It sounds like it's not.
Yeah, you're good.
What if it gives you advantage? Because you can make more noise with the armor to, like...
It's just get it to squeak at the right moment.
Yeah.
That's the wrong character sheet. Alright, stealth?
Now, Armor's Olaf squeaks sound like people screaming in pain from the victims he's left behind by the troves.
Oh my god.
Fucking excuse me?
18.
I think my head cleric's a little psychotic.
Alright, you beat his past perception, so...
Cool. So I'm just going to say he's definitely hiding something. I think that he is very well aware of who took the item from him, but if he's hiding more than that, you might want to use your wit to find out what it is.
How do you suggest I go about doing that?
I don't know. You're the one with the writ.
Go.
Shit, fuck. Wave it. I mean, we could try that.
Sir, I hold in my hand a scroll that gives me the power of the Raven Queen that says you will die if you lie to me. I need you to answer some very serious questions to save your life.
Are you actually doing this right now?
I'm not doing that. I'm joking.
He doesn't have a writ from the Raven Queen.
I mean, he could be holding it for all I know.
It could have
so I'm just
happened.
double checking.
It could have happened. It would have been great.
Did you happen to have business at I named the like district of the city that the inn is in the other night?
Come again? Like the upper district, like you're asking if he had business in the same area as the place where...
The hotel.
I'm trying to figure out if he might have gone to deliver a letter to an inn last night, perhaps, since I think you had described the man had described. Does this guy match the other guy's description more than he matches Al's description? Because the eyes were what you had been saying didn't seem to match up well, but you had not described his eyes as golden specifically. Does it look like he is probably the same man?
It's possible.
I mean, either you were or you weren't.
Well, I think that was the "it's possible" voice in the sky to me, or was the "it's possible" his response to me?
It was voice in the sky to you.
Okay.
Derek, is it possible that I could roll something to figure out if this is, in fact, the same man?
Yeah, roll history, I guess.
Gotcha. (17 plus 1), that's an 18.
Okay. This does seem to be the same shopkeeper that you robbed.
Okay. I will mention, this is the same guy. Kind of just offhand.
The same guy who you had been talking about.
Yes, the same individual I robbed.
That seems entirely reasonable, as he was missing the items that were in your possession. Did he give me an answer to my question to him?
What was your question? Sorry.
I asked him if he had any business in the area around the I don't know what the like neighborhoods in the city are, but like there has to be something more specific than just like upstairs for the specific area of the nice part of town that we were in.
All right. Well, I've just been kind of referring them to like as the upper and lower districts.
The Cloud Top District.
What?
What? Nothing. I was critical rolling.
It's being weird.
Okay.
So, is there not? So we don't have like smaller neighborhoods that I could refer to. It would just be where all the rich people live and where all the not rich people live.
No, there probably would be small districts. I just haven't come up with them.
Okay. I mean, I don't actually need a name of one. I just need to know that I can say the area.
Sam, the not rich people have a name. They're called the unclean.
All right. Yes. Give him the name of the district up there, and he says, "No, but I do live nearby. What's this about?"
I want to insight that statement, and I've rolled much better than I had previously been rolling. I got a 15 on die, which gives me a 16.
Massive increases.
Yeah, I am proficient in insight.
With a -1. So, yeah, you get a read on him, and he seems to be not telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. Because it seems to me that it's possible if you live in that area, you might maybe send some letters to some people, carry them places. Other people might perhaps see you doing that.
What is it you're getting at?
Do I still have the letter?
The writ?
No.
Did you take the letter from your servants?
I don't know.
I mean,
that was like a week ago.
That's up to you to just like you can. It seems that's a reasonable thing for you to have done if you want to have done it. I suppose.
Oh, so I can just say I did. Okay, yeah, I took it.
Nope. We lost Thomas.
Thomas, no.
Thomas is done with my bullshit.
Where's Thomas?
Did he come back? Or was that Drew?
Oh. Still no Thomas.
Oh, no.
I'll play his character.
Alright.
Oh, here we
Go
go.
for it.
I'm going to down the other bottle of wine.
God damn it!
They're
Not
going
breaking
to go
my
all
rule.
over
Next call.
and say,
Chaotic
you better
excess.
tell us what we want to know, or I'm going to stay here a while. He has a writ that says I can't.
I mean, he's noble. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't need to.
That's fair.
I would like to pull Vaz aside.
I'm getting yoinked about fucking everywhere. Yep.
Yes, you are.
We're playing elf toss.
I'll be over here searching my pockets for that letter.
Tiefling is the ball. Sorry.
Did somebody just get copied on?
Not yet.
Oh god.
Just wait.
Thomas has returned. Yay. Anyways, so you were wanting to pull Vasilisa aside?
I would like to, yes. And
Alright, you may do so unless the character stops you.
Go for it.
are you okay? I'm going to say this at a hushed tone and just tell her to use the writ to tell him, if he is not being honest, that we are going to have to do something about it.
Time to shoot my shot. Intimidation, I'm good at that.
Or have somebody else do it. I don't know. I don't care. Just get him to say the information we potentially need.
Hey man, guess who has really good charisma and is also still here?
And Al will then let her go, essentially.
Deep sigh.
So,
Bunk.
did Amelie want to pull out the letter to ask this gentleman about it, or?
So I want to specifically ask him about the seal, if he recognizes it, like the logo, I guess. I don't know. What's it called?
It's the family seal, though.
Right, but remember,
Crest.
Papa is paranoid and has a
More paranoid than
specific,
Dirk.
a
It's
specific
impressive.
seal for like family matters, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought they were days of the week.
he's not that paranoid. He's just
It
Pop.
hasn't gotten that bad.
Look, I'm not letting Papa get any worse, guys. You can give him paranoia. You're not gonna make him worse.
It's not paranoia if they really are out to get you.
Yeah, which apparently people are.
See? He
Not
is
just
right.
people.
Credibility, it comes with the fucking job.
Anywho, so yes, you go over to him and ask him about the seal.
Yeah.
How does he respond?
It looks to be your family's crest, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it now?
Similar. It looks a bit different from what I've seen.
Hey, how different is that one from the regular one, Derek?
I would say it's just slight variations. It's just minor details that are changed.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, there goes that fucking thing up.
So, well, slight differences that somebody would need to know to look for, or that are obvious to see.
Like, I mean,
because that changes my interpretation of his answer quite a bit.
Yeah, could it in fact be like a seal for the wrong matter because of those slight differences? If he's got different seals for different purposes, would this be one of his seals accurately, but not the right one for this matter?
Well, no, it sounded like the servants had thought it was the right one for the matter at hand. My question is, if somebody who didn't know these seals looked at them, would they all basically look this? Like, how much do I need to have seen these things and studied them to be able to pick up the differences in them? Like, this man shouldn't have a lot of reason to see the, like, seal of the de St. Clair family close up. So, like, is it the kind of thing that he would, that a normal person who every once in a while deals with the servants of nobility to sell the jewelry for the nobles would know?
If they're a noble family in the city where he lives, he would recognize their coat of arms because they're going to hang it from places to say this is our city.
I'm not from this city though.
She's outside of her family's city.
Yeah, I'm visiting.
But more
Here
than
for the
that is
festivities.
that the guy apparently uses different, unique variations on his seal for different purposes.
But are they similar enough that somebody who isn't in the know would look at it and be like, yeah, that's the seal of your family, my lady? I mean, I don't know what you want from me. Or would it be the kind of thing that somebody would be like, yeah, that looks almost like the seal of your family, but you see, this laurel has one fewer leaf than it should, and I'm not sure why. kind of thing. Like, what is this man suspicious for knowing that there's a difference, or is he not suspicious for knowing that there's a difference?
I would say, in hindsight, I should have worded his answer differently.
Okay.
But so as to keep the meaning of his answer accurate, then I'm going to say that it's not suspicious for him to know there's a difference.
This paranoia doesn't help this dude if everyone knows it.
Right.
Right.
Because paranoia is not actually working then.
Well, let me clarify. There's meant to be 3 seals. One for business, one for family, and then one for the public.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it should be more minor changes to them, so it's not something easily spotted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The family one should be only things that people within the family would know
so
is different.
Allow me to change his answer so as to convey the story more accurately. He would just say that it looks like the family's crest. He wouldn't say that it looks different, because it looks basically the same.
Okay.
Can we roll insight on that? He's
Yeah,
a
I'll
fucking liar still.
Insight for that.
He's a master
I mean-
forger, but he doesn't want to tip his hand.
I mean, that does look like the family seal, though. It's a true statement.
I guess so.
Well, no, but you can figure out if somebody's hiding something with insight.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if he knows what you're actually getting at for it, then he would be hiding something.
Can I roll insight then?
Yes. Anyone
Okay.
who wishes to it.
So another 16.
17.
He
20.
appears to be telling the truth. That just
That's a
looks
fucking
like
2.
the family seal to him.
Boo.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Fuck, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm lost.
Can I do a thing?
Go for it.
Okay. I want to quickly look around and see if there are any, like, rings that would fit any of my fingers, you know, beneath my glove. That maybe are silver with a red stone set in them.
You're all shopping?
You can probably find something matching that description.
Okay. Can I find something maybe looking nice-ish for, like, 15 gold? Does he have anything in my price range?
You find something nice-ish, but the stone would likely be glass as opposed to actually stone.
Oh, that's fine. I like glass. That's fine. Yeah, so if he's got something in, like, the 0 to 15 gold price range, just let me know what the price is.
I'd say it'd be about 12.
Okay, so I'm going to take this, and as they're, like, doing their thing and people are clearly considering their options, I'm going to say, you know, I'd actually like to make a purchase.
Thank you.
I thought I was being the weird one.
I'm going to point out the ring and say, I would like that one. Can we make sure it's, you know, it'll fit? And I'll take the gauntlet off.
Sure.
If it fits, I would like to purchase it.
Alright. It seems to fit, so...
Excellent. So I'm going to take the 12 gold out of my belt pouch, and as I put it on the table for the exchange on the countertop, I'm going to say, oh, this is actually, I'm going to get the temple to pay for this one, so if you could just write up a quick, a note saying that I got it for this purpose while on assignment for the temple, I can take that to them and they should be able to reimburse me later. Would that be alright?
For what purpose?
Well, it's part of the investigation.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Those your gold still spends.
Yeah. Gold's good. I just want to be able to get the gold back later, you know, from the temple. It's all part of the assignment, so, you know, we're pretty lucky. They reimburse us sometimes. But I need to bring a note from the vendor.
They give you a stipend.
Yeah.
Now, he'll be somewhat confused, but he'll write this note.
Mhm.
Oh, I see what you're getting at now. Nice.
I don't see, but you know.
I will take the ring and the note, and he will get my 12 gold.
No rolls are required, because even I didn't see that coming until far too late.
Boom. Ah, here we go. I was just like trying to adjust my currency, and I couldn't figure out how because they moved all the buttons around. Okay, cool. I'm going to thank him, and I'm gonna head back over to the group. And I know that Lady de Saint Clair is looking at this note from her father, I think, because they've been asking about it, right? Or oh,
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I go over and say, oh, can I take a look at that?
Sure.
Right. This was from last night, and I'm going to turn toward the window and hold it up to the light, and I'm gonna bring it down. Make sure my body's blocking, and compare it against the note I was just given.
They look strikingly similar.
Oh, very interesting.
Oh shit!
So the servants are even more incompetent than we were given them credit for, because they said that it was the hand was expected.
What? I'm confused. As to what you're saying.
Shit! People are getting fired.
They didn't no one ever said they recognized the handwriting. They recognized the seal.
People still getting fired.
Oh man.
I mean, they've already done enough to get fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, still standing at the window.
I thought that I asked about the handwriting, or like the
deal of their firing asked firebolt.
I guess I might not have, but
I believe it had been asked of Lady Sinclair, who had said, who had recognized that was not her father's handwriting.
Yes,
Hey,
it is not Papa.
okay.
time to pull out the writ.
I thought that I had asked about it being the handwriting of the person who would have written the note, but
I'm going to take the 2 pieces of paper and hand them to Dirk.
Do you want the writ?
Oh,
Yes.
Thomas, you're back, guys.
Yeah, I've been here the entire time. I just haven't had it.
Hello.
Nothing has come up. Where am I for this?
Here, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I see this going on?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll come back with the 2 notes and hand them to Dirk.
No, but I mean, was I near you when you were holding them up to check the similarity of the writing?
I mean, I had moved away from the group very purposefully when I did that.
Okay.
But I it's like now that I feel like my gambit has played out, I'm informing my partner paladin of what I've discovered. So,
Okay.
You're aware that he wrote something up for me. I took some other piece of writing that we weren't sure about, and then I came back with both of them and handed them both to the other paladin. I mean, I think 2 and 2 makes a case for there being similarity.
Then I shall sidle closer and kind of peek over her shoulder to have a look at them.
Yeah. Hang on, I think Garrick was about to tell me I'm awesome.
Yes, since that was particularly clever, feel free to take inspiration if you don't already have it.
Booyah! Oh, I already have it. That's okay.
Well, then give it to somebody else.
All right, somebody who doesn't have inspiration is who's used theirs. I think we still all have it, right?
I don't think everyone has it, because I didn't reward to everyone.
Oh, okay. Ash?
Ash,
I
I know
still
I
have an
gave some.
inspiration.
Huh? You have one?
Mhm.
Okay. Dirk?
I have one.
Okay. Lady de Saint Clair?
I will take it.
Ah, yes! High Priest of the Temple of Raven Queen!
To go to the chauffeur.
Okay,
Oh.
I don't have an inspiration. Who else doesn't have inspiration?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. How can you tell?
It's on.
There's
It's
a-
on your sheet.
What sheet?
If you're on D&D Beyond. Are you on
Look.
D&D Beyond?
There's like 5 different things. Oh, well, I can just click it and give myself inspiration.
I mean,
No.
technically,
Not a great
It's
system.
the honor system.
Okay.
I can clear reduce your HP to 0 at any point I wish.
Look, that's already been done once. Okay, let's not have it happen again. I guess I don't have any, as far as I know.
That would be correct.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I think that he would throw it to his lady.
Ew, inspired.
Inspired. Okay, so sorry, Thomas. So you are finally back. You are looking over the shoulders now.
If I see what you were pointing out, if I notice that.
I think that, me personally, I think it's reasonable that you can figure out what I've figured out. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, well then I'll just look over the shoulder and I'll just... Oh, what an amateur. By the gods, man. Disguise your handwriting.
Al, when she
I
puts
don't
two
think
and
we're
two together,
dealing
will
with...
turn to the jeweler. So, she will say, slowly walking towards him.
What do you want, thief?
Get your writ ready.
Shouldn't you be in chains or something?
I'll kind of like shove Dirk in the shoulder and just say, you might want to follow that one. She seems a little bit peeved.
She's cheesed off, man.
Might not want her attacking
will
our...
be nearby. I wouldn't go that far. But Dirk will follow closely.
I look to the cleric of the Raven Queen and
Time to pull out the writ.
yeah. Writ time.
Writ time. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and whip that out. Let's go, bud.
So you whip it out, and now what?
So the Al is up there making accusations. We're gonna go up there and make an accusation, I think, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've got your writ.
I will back you up.
I've got
this.
the 2 pieces of paper. I say, this ring is absolutely beautiful. I do have one problem. I'm finding that we received last night a note, supposedly from Lord de St. Clair, but it seems that he's somehow stolen your handwriting. Huh. In any event, I am here with a cleric of the Raven Queen who is representing the entirety of the temple, and part of our duty currently is to get to the bottom of the theft of this item.
You want to explain this? How?
Well, crap.
She'll grin a bit.
Oh, you shut up.
Make me.
He attempts to punch you.
Oh, good. I think we...
I grin.
Do we need an initiative roll?
We can if you want, but I don't think it'll be all that necessary.
I'm going to dodge.
I'm gonna swing.
I think because of Dirk's disposition, we might want to have an initiative roll. Just to understand what's happening.
Alright, let's get some initiative then.
Alright.
Fuck!
Can't be worse than me, bud. Can't be worse.
Oh boy.
Baby!
No bueno.
Again, wrong character sheet.
Okay, so I'm going last.
Nice.
Hey, I got the same thing!
Oh wait, we're writing this somewhere.
Which means you go before me.
Yeah.
Because I believe you don't have a penalty to your dex.
Hey. Wait, yeah, what is my dex? That's a great question.
Dex is a thing that we add to that.
Dex.
Nope,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a 3.
I don't
Now-
We
know
have an
anything.
initiative
Wait, what-
score.
I don't. I'm good.
There is an initiative score. It
Add
is
that.
it's
Okay.
normally just your dex, but certain
There-
feats and all that will add to it as well. So it's
There are other ways to
it's
modify
important to be
that,
separate.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I just rolled an 8. Who cares?
Do you know where it says initiative on your sheet though?
Nope.
Right beneath Dex, there's that little box that says.
No, it's not right beneath Dex. It's right next
Right
to your
beneath
armor
proficiency.
class. Right beneath proficiency. Yes.
Oh!
Mine is right beneath Dex.
Are you looking at it on a phone?
No,
I don't know why then.
that's
I don't
weird.
think that they have different layouts.
They might have selectable layouts.
Remember
Added. You did
Okay.
math. There you go.
Did math.
All right. Paper. What's your initiative?
6.
I will point out for your benefit, Derek, that the initiating action in this sequence is the shopkeeper,
Yeah.
Aman. So if anybody rolled higher in the initiative order than him, they don't have a triggering action. So you start with him, and only the people that go after him act next.
I thought that he gets his thing and then it starts from the top.
You could do it that way too. There's options.
It's
But
basically
don't you
getting
want it to get
an
be closer to you, Sam?
I mean, yes, I
Do
do.
you want it to be lower?
But like, I had been under the impression that like he's acting in surprise. He gets his surprise round, then normal initiative starts.
Hey, doesn't Al have only 1 health?
Yes.
That's why she's dodging.
Let's not talk about
She's gonna
that.
get punched in the face and go down.
Fortunately, she's standing right
Depends.
next to me.
I mean, so either way around this, however you decide to do it, Shopkeep goes first, and then either you start the initiative with the people after him, or you start the initiative from the top.
All right. One moment.
Oh no.
Don't forget that the shopkeep does have a man that he has hired to protect him and his store.
Ooh, yep,
Yep.
he's paying that guy.
Not enough.
Probably.
Aren't
Never
the
enough.
guards here with us, though?
No,
Like,
it's
No.
just us.
No.
oh, they left. Okay.
Well, we
don't-
left them, so...
Yeah.
By whenever I was referring to a guard, I did mean just a man with a cudgel who is
Yeah.
preventing people from stealing
A
goods that they're trying on.
quote-unquote guard.
Okay.
We call them hired muscle.
Mm-hmm. They're there to look scary.
He doesn't have enough muscle.
got more muscle
all
than
right.
me.
So shopkeeper will make his unarmed attack.
Please hit. Be hilarious if it's
So rude.
Does a 16 hit?
Shit.
Jesus fuck!
Bahamut be praised.
Fuck you guys.
You are your own worst enemy.
I am, apparently. So, I'm back to making death saving throws.
Here's the question. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. Take 1 point of damage.
That's what I said. Please
We've been
heal
running
me.
around too much, she hasn't had a short rest.
No, I haven't.
All right. It is now. It's now Al's turn. Please look at his saving throw. Well, actually, no. He would have gone. He would have struck non-lethally, so you're just unconscious.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Wait, okay.
Am I allowed to be face palming in the background at this
12!
Yes, you
That
are.
was a free action.
You facepalm. Take 1 point of damage from yourself.
All right. Eskel, your turn.
Oh, you can't write this shit.
No, you can't. I'm so
I
disappointed.
was like, huh.
You'd be getting a glare if you was up.
I believe that's resisting arrest. I'm going to try and initiate a grapple against him. Because I'm so good at that.
All right. What'd you
Jump
get?
over the fucking...
I'm
thing.
super awesome. We're inside the shop, so I'm not at disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Hooray! Athletics gives me a 17.
Nice.
All right, you beat him. Also, you wouldn't be at disadvantage regardless, because it only affects attack rolls and perception.
So the reason I had to ask is because the opposed grapple check is made as part of an attack. You swap out one of your attacks to do it. So I don't know if that makes it count as an attack roll.
To me, it does not.
Okay.
It's part of an attack, but it is not itself an attack.
Okay.
It's just something you can replace.
Semantics.
Alrighty.
I mean, they matter.
They are so important.
Yeah, they are. I technically still have an attack. No, I don't. I'm first level. I don't have 2 attacks yet. Do I?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's so he's now grappled. I'm holding on to him and so, like you have the right to remain silent. Probably smirking because that was funny as hell.
Fuck you.
Yeah, what did he say?
He says, "I give up."
Dirk just deflates a little bit. And then looks over at the muscle and says, "You too?"
I don't get paid enough for this.
That's what I thought.
I think you should still get at least one hit in, man.
Good job, Dirk.
Well, it's not my turn.
Emily, your turn.
No.
Are you still looking at Jory?
I mean, he already surrendered.
Yeah, I have no interest in doing anything else right now. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So then, are people good with Indian initiative?
I would
Can
like to
somebody
heal
please?
Al,
Thank you.
please.
Oh, right, there's that.
Do I need to use Spare the Dying, or will Cure
No, you
Wounds
don't need to
work?
spare the dying because she's not bleeding out. She's just unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wish to heal, you would need to use a healing spell.
Cure Wounds. But it's not my turn. Whose turn is it?
Initiative
it's
is
your
now
turn
over.
Okay. Go ahead and do
I'm
that.
So,
just like...
as a point of order, if someone goes down during a fight and is unconscious, when initiative ends, they can come back up.
She still needs to be not one health.
Since when? It takes 1d4 hours for someone to wake up from being unconscious like that.
She went down because she took a point of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and went to 0 hit points.
Yeah.
So she would need to complete 1 hour, I think, short rest period before she can roll hit dice to regain consciousness, wouldn't she? Wouldn't she?
It's
I
1d4 hours.
thought there's a length of time where you just automatically get up.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's not immediate. You have to wait, like basically be out for 1d4 hours.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Which is, and I will just, to be kind, let people magically know what that number is ahead of time.
Okay.
3 hours.
Cool.
So can I
Awesome.
heal
Great.
her? Can we just go ahead and do
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna go ahead. I have not done this yet.
Alright, so you spend the spell slot for the level of the spell that you want to cast, and then you roll a d8 for each level of spell that you're casting.
It's a first level spell, so
Right, so you spend one first level spell slot, and then you roll 1d8, and
Okay. +2.
+2. Okay,
So that is a 9.
there you go.
Oh, thank God.
That's pretty good,
That's a really good roll.
Stop.
especially for first
I'm
level. It's like,
almost at full.
Okay. Now that we know she's not gonna die from being breathed on.
Sneezed on, more like it, but you know.
I mean, right now, either of those could kill you. COVID and all.
I mean, yeah.
See? That could kill
An
you.
asthmatic.
Stop killing people!
Sam, please don't. Please don't. Don't be an asshole.
Have you met Dirk?
Yes.
Have you met Sam?
Wow.
Rude,
Accurate, but rude.
but rude.
Okay, back to what we were doing. We were vandalizing the writ.
you're brandishing the writ. I've got him in a half Nelson over here, and he surrendered, and his hired muscle just unemployed himself.
Well, his employer just got sacked, so he's not gonna get paid regardless.
Yeah, that's above his pay grade.
Honestly, I want to give that hired muscle just some gold for making the right choice. I'll give him my 3 remaining gold.
I was going to ask, the layout of the shop. He has a... What do you call them? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The counter?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's on the counter?
My 12 gold.
I assume currently
earrings
12
still
gold in the shopkeeper's face.
Yeah, but he doesn't have, like, any, like, jewelry on the counter or near the counter? Like, is it
Not
all...
on the main counter, because that's where he, does the business, not show things off. Okay, I could have phrased that better with shop.
What kind of business?
Shut up.
The
So-
business.
Kinky.
Shut
Can
up.
How high up is the counter?
I'd say 4 feet, probably.
And what's behind it?
Space? What do you mean?
No, I mean, like, is it just the counter and nothing, not like another counter that he might be able to put things on that aren't on that counter, you know?
Not really. No, there's just enough space for him to walk through, and there's like a door back there, but some of the others had already gone back there to
We pillaged this
investigate.
place.
No, I mean, like, you can't, like, if you reach over that counter, there's nothing behind there that you can pick up. Like, some people...
What kind of a place do you think this is? A jewelry shop or something?
Like,
Yes.
there's stuff below the counter, but nothing behind it. I'm confused as to your question.
Okay. Some shops will have a counter top that's between you and the customer. That's what they see.
Yep.
But then, between you and that counter, there might be a second counter that's a bit lower down. And
Yeah.
you can do business on there yourself.
Like, yeah, that would be below the counter, not behind.
Yeah, but it's not like a shelf. It's also below and behind. Like, it's the other side. It's the shopkeep side of the counter.
There's like a small little like wall that's sort of counterish between you, and then there's a like a counter behind that the person is doing the work on. To
Yeah,
like
okay.
so
I
that there's
see
still
what you're- I see
separation,
what you're
or is it
getting
just a
at
countertop?
That's where he keeps the shotgun.
There probably would be a small like lip for him to set things on, but not much.
So if I look over, what's on it?
Currently nothing. Like, I guess that's where I would have placed the 12 gold after getting it from Eskel.
Yeah, well, where would he put the gold? Like, if he's doing business there, where does he keep his money if
He
he...
found the hidey hole.
You found a hidey hole. He probably also has a coffer.
Yeah, like he'd
Dirk
have...
wouldn't let me investigate the hidey hole.
Yeah, like he'd have a coffer, a better word, a till, in some form, somewhere.
I mean, he's probably got a lockbox like underneath that part of the counter so that he can get to it to make change. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking to rob him or something?
I'm just wondering where he keeps this stuff. Like
Alright.
if I look over, that counter is completely bare.
Like the little lip is,
Yeah.
cause it's just where he holds things as he's doing business. If he's gonna store anything, it would be on a shelf below the counter, not on the little lip sticking out.
Then I'm going to go around and have a look for just a small piece of jewelry. Just a nice ring.
You're gonna do that in front of the paladin?
What are you doing?
I assume that's in character, so
Yeah.
please respond as such.
Well, if he's trying to steal him, he probably could just roll sleight of hand against the paladin if he's there.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just looking.
I mean,
Okay.
he's now gone behind the counter, and I'm
Roll
confused.
perception, I guess.
Me to see him go behind the counter?
Not you. The one that's have the non-roll perception, so I can try and find what he's looking for. You see him, since he's not being at all stealthy.
11.
I got a 9.
11. So what is it you're looking for?
It's just a piece of jewelry. Nothing super fancy.
Alright.
Like a
You're
ring.
not gonna really find anything back there. Because if he has jewelry, he wants to keep it out on display, to sell it. So...
Did he keep everything out? Like, surely he'd have, like, extra stock, because
the
things
front
get...
portion of the store is the counter where he's conducting his business. That's closest to the door. This is my assumption. The back of the store is where everything is kept. So
Yeah.
like the back wall, like away from the door, so that way if somebody tried to take something, they would have to travel farther with it so they could be jumped.
Yep. This is all correct.
Not like a modern jewelry store.
So they probably wouldn't have stock up this close to the door.
Then I'll turn around and look behind me.
So go to the stock. Is what you're saying you do?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Then my question does still stand.
I'll just kind of wave it away. It's alright.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Don't worry.
I'm worried.
Do you wanna handcuff the guy?
I go over to be standing very close to you. I turn to Eskel and say, is he actually struggling against you, or...
No, he gave up. I'm making sure he's not going anywhere and that he knows he's in trouble. Oh, which reminds me, since we know that you stole the item, would you be so kind as to tell us where we can find it?
I don't know. All I did was help.
Well, then you're about to continue helping.
He could resist.
I
say there's like a hopeful tone to my voice there.
I don't recommend you resist. He's really hoping you will.
Yeah, you got it.
Who are you helping?
Someone by the name of Axel had some vendetta with the Sinclairs.
I spin around.
And walk into me.
Axel, huh? And in what way did you help? What was your part of the job?
He wanted something to throw them off, and I had that idiot's mask. Figured if he left that, it'd leave people plenty confused, and I could deliver a letter of sorts to get it out in the open for him.
I mean, I gotta give you some credit. That last part with the mask thing did almost work. Not the reasons you probably hoped, but it did almost work. Did you take the item?
I did not take it.
Do you know who did?
I assume Axel himself took it. Maybe he hired someone.
If he hired someone, do you know where they would take it next?
I don't know, but I think he was planning to use it as a ransom or some sort of bait. I don't think he was planning to just run off with it.
Okay. Going and finding him is exactly what he wants us to do. Fun. Well, I don't work for the city. I don't have the authority to arrest you. And, you don't have the item in question. You might need to answer to House de St. Clair Justice, considering you acted against them, but that's not mine to enforce. I'm going to, let go of him.
But no.
What does the Temple of the Raven Queen want done with him, then, I say, as you seem confused by my chosen course of action.
Why would you let him go? He colluded.
Okay. Are you going to run away, Amon? Amon?
I think that's a yes.
I think he died.
Sorry, there was some typing which gets me distracted. That's my bad. Not exactly like I have anywhere to run to.
You could still try, I said, again, with that same, like, hopeful inflection.
I also don't want to meet the other side of that mall.
I think there is a couple more things you can help with, Amon.
Such as?
You're going to be business as usual. We weren't here. We're still confused by that mask gambit. If this Axel or any of his agents come to check, that's the story. We momentarily suspected you, searched the place and found nothing, and left with the original prisoner. Sound fair?
What about the guard?
Sounds fair.
Oh, the guard, right, the muscle. I'm going to,
Crap.
Huh?
He's referring to his guard.
I'm going to, take my 12 gold off the counter and say, you don't mind if I take this back, do you? You can have the ring if you want. It's a good fit, though. Never mind. I don't steal. I'm gonna take the ring off, put it on the counter, and take the 12 gold back. I'm going to go over to the hired muscle and give him 3 gold.
You sure? Because, like, I'm right here. I have money. I could just pay him.
I mean, you can. I wanted to pay him with my money.
Okay, you can pay him.
I wanted to pay him.
I was just letting you know you had an option to have a wealthy employer.
I
Start a
wanted
bidding
to
war.
buy him.
Who gets to pay him more?
Ahem. Vasilisa, you notice that as Thanon snaps around, he attempts to pocket something from the counter.
Hey, Dirk.
Uh-oh.
Your favorite Duke just put something in his pocket.
Did he know?
My father's not here.
I look at Thenon.
I smile.
Would you care to show me what you just put in your pocket?
Put it in my front middle pocket. Let me show you.
No, it's very nice.
I take out whatever it was.
Feel free to describe it as you wish.
I don't know, a ring.
Is it the same ring that
Use a shit
Driscoll
12
just
gold
went back?
ring I just unsold.
Like, he paid for it, so you know.
No, because this was technically before you unsold it, because he was over by the rest of the jewelry. This was when he had mentioned his employer had the name of Axel when he snapped around.
Did you pay for that?
I lean in. It was a test.
Oh shit, the police!
Where have you surrounded?
Perfect timing.
Of?
All of you. And then I toss it to Dirk.
Punch it away. Punch it back.
I catch it and then go to put it back.
Look at it
In
first.
what way?
It's the ring special, Dirk.
I mean, is it? I take a look at it as I go to put it back where it came from.
Just seems like a ring to you.
Can I look at it?
If I see them just examine as if it's just a ring. I just wanted to see who I was working with.
Yeah, I want to look at that ring. I'm gonna walk over to you.
Okay, you can.
Hand outstretched. I'll give it back, I promise.
I hand it to you.
Can I? What would I roll for this?
What do you
Swallow.
Appraise.
Is it special? Like, is there some specific reason? Is there some like engraving on it or marking?
Well, roll intelligence.
God damn it! Why didn't I put more in that? I got a 13.
13. Alright. Doesn't seem to be special as far as you can tell. And you'd think you'd know, but you're not certain.
I'm gonna just hand that back to Dirk. Put it back
Okay.
on the shelf.
I put it back. I say to Thanon, I would appreciate it if you don't steal. Thank you.
Well then, pay more attention.
Are you implying that you have stolen other things that I should be aware of?
Is it time for Thanon to meet them all?
Do you want to pat him down?
Rolling for initiative
I
again.
mean, I'm giving him the opportunity to answer me first.
I'm
No.
just over here with the hired muscle having a nice conversation.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want a knife in my back because you're distracted by... And I gesture towards the rest of them. Whatever this is.
Do you
What?
wish to speak with Lady Amelie to see more about us keeping a better eye on you, sir? For your
I just-
protection?
Why wouldn't you be?
Our main goal is her protection. If she wants us to extend that more than we normally would have onto you, that's her decision. But
He just looks
expecting
to...
that somebody's gonna pull a knife on you.
It could happen. It pays to be prepared.
It is less likely to happen if you don't steal from people. Fewer people want to stick a knife in you.
Ugh. When I Duke, it's all about theft. Oh, somebody stole this land from my family. Your grandfather did this to my Oh.
My Bahamut senses are tingling.
I don't know that I can relate to that.
Well, you're very lucky. In some ways, not in every way.
Did he just confess to his entire life being based on theft?
Did you steal your title?
Comes with kills.
Somebody rolled.
I rolled like an insight check and got garbage, so I'm just...
Nice.
I will make sure to keep a better eye out where you are concerned, sir.
Failed your insight check. You actually realize now that everyone in a position of power stole that position from someone else, and your lawful good reality is a lie.
Oh, shit.
The whole thing with the small rising up to the I'm telling you, we're going to defeat capitalism. That's the goal of this campaign.
He figured it out. Abort! Abort!
That's why I couldn't be the invisible hand warlock, isn't it?
No
Anywho.
comment.
So, have we learned anything more about this Axel fellow?
Nope.
I don't know. You seem to be the one at the source.
Yep.
My source is only that he exists.
This man here can probably give us more information about him than he's giving.
Alright, let's get some info out of him. Dirk, you know what to do.
God. Should you have said that? You said a hazard.
Did we figure out how he's been getting in touch with this man and getting paid by him and all of those useful things, Eskel?
Nope. You should ask those questions.
Would the nice man care to illuminate those bits of information?
Yeah.
I suggest you illuminate him because he's really hoping you don't.
I don't like being in the dark.
I think I have some lanterns in the back.
It's not quite what I meant.
Care to ask those questions one at a time?
How were you first in contact with this Axel?
He contacted me.
Okay.
Came into the shop.
How?
He came into the shop seeming to know who my thief was, since I still had the mask.
You just had it on display in the shop, waiting for somebody to walk in and notice it?
I didn't, but I had a bit of a scribble on the back. Wanted information about this. The picture drawing of the mask.
And what did this gentleman offer you for your part in this whole debacle?
Gold and a chance to get back at the one who stole my best piece.
Can we just take a step back there a moment, please? He told you he knew who the thief was.
He did?
Did he tell you who the thief was?
He did not, so just get my cooperation.
So he knows me, but not by name?
Or perhaps he was lying about knowing you.
I mean, he could also know you by name and just not have shared that information with the man here, because then he could have just sent the guards for you and acquired the piece without having to stoop to such foolish endeavors.
Yes, I mean,
Oh.
to be honest with you, we don't have enough information yet to determine which of those is true. Either one.
Joy.
But for that, we would need to speak with Axel.
Mm.
How did you coordinate your part and all of that? Did he just tell you, get it done, on this night, and then you came up with this plan on your own and got it done?
He gave me a. He told me. He gave me a letter to write along with a seal to put on it.
Are you still in possession of this seal?
I am not. He didn't want evidence laying around if he could help it.
So he came in here, dictated a letter to you, which you wrote, sealed, and then went on his merry way for you to deliver.
Indeed.
To the voice
How
in the
did we
sky,
get-
did he describe this man yet, or no?
He is not.
Okay. Could you describe this man, since you have seen him presumably at least twice now?
Tall, black hair, brown eyes, human, male. Tan
How did he
skin.
dress?
Fairly well.
I'm going to describe the crest that was described to me in the letter. The crest of this St. Clara's with the being consumed by a five-headed dragon. And ask, have you seen that crest around the city?
I have not, but I'd imagine anything like that one would most likely want to keep hidden. Worship of Tiamat is not accepted here. At least not in public.
What do you know of the St. Clara's?
I know that they're a rich, noble family that rules over Venaux and are masters of trade. Really with
Do you
their-
know of any noble families in this city that have problems with them?
In this city? No. There is one. Any chance you remember what we had named them? Merp.
Fucking, I think. Give me 2 seconds to look it up. Augustines. It's the
Alright.
August-
There's the Augustines, which they have a bit of a rivalry with. Aside from that, I don't know. I know he was a somewhat older man. Not as in old, but not particularly young either. Middle-aged.
Wait, are you telling me this Axel fellow came to you in person?
He did.
He didn't send an intermediary?
Correct.
The person who he met told him he was Axel.
That could also be true. All I have to go on is his word.
Hmm.
Did he pay you then and there when the letter was written, or has that yet to be arranged?
It had yet to be arranged because he needed to make sure that it was the letter was delivered and that he got what he needed.
Was there a plan
There was
for the payment, or you were also just going on his word for
There was
when, where,
some
and how?
payment. There was some payment delivered beforehand. I'm not dumb, but there's-
No, you most certainly aren't. That we can all be sure.
Oh, shut up.
I don't like that tone.
Uh-oh.
Do you do anything to that, or did you just say that?
I just say that. I
Alright.
will make that an intimidate check, though.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Whatever.
God damn it, those dice are cursed.
They are, all of them.
He is unnerved, but not quite frightened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to point to the guard, the hired muscle, and ask, were you here when any of this happened?
Don't look at me. I'm new.
Yes, but how new?
Like yesterday, new.
Useless.
So, what happened to your previous muscle? If this one is as new as he says.
Are you foolhardy enough to operate a jewelry store without muscle?
Our muscle who's seen too much, perhaps?
I generally don't have problems with needing muscle because the guards seem to be nearby. However, the guards are overtaxed during this time of festival, so I had to hire my own insurance. Sadly, it took me longer than expected, so he's only been here a short while. Useless as he is.
Damn, y'all are harsh.
I think he understood that we were all on the proper side of the law here, and decided that it would be best to throw his lot in with justice.
I do have the writ.
A writ that he's never seen or heard of still.
I Vanna Whited it. What do you want about?
I must have missed that then. My bad.
I literally said, and I will Vanna White the writ.
So were
Is that
there
a reference?
Hmm?
to
Is that a reference?
Yeah. Do you not know who Vanna White is?
No.
It's not American. Remember this.
Anywho.
Okay.
Was there an arrangement set up for the rest of the payment, or you expected him to come in at some point and make those plans once your part of the deal had been fulfilled?
We were supposed to meet outside of town tomorrow night.
Where outside of town?
He'll... do you have a map or something?
I think we had one, right?
I mean, do we?
I mean, it makes sense for at least one of you to have a map.
I mean,
Somebody give him a map.
We came to the town and we would have been working with the guards when we got here just to get ourselves acquainted and so that we could do our job protecting the noble one.
Yep.
The noble one.
So, I assume one of you two produces a map because you're both out-of-towners that need to know the area.
Yeah, if Dirk doesn't want to, I have it then.
Eskel probably has it.
Okay.
Alright. So, and he'll mark a, kind of a wide spot in the road, not far from the outside of town.
This road or this road?
Are you painting the map and I'm just missing it? Neither. Like, it's not gonna be anywhere here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Alright, he marks the map. We can get there. Excuse me, I had to yawn.
Although I'm not entirely sure if I was planning to show up, I could just turn him in or get myself turned in if I show up.
We went into this business not fully trusting the people you were working with, huh?
No, but the money up front and the suspicion thrown at thief there was good enough for me.
You've
I
already been
have
caught.
a name.
You've also already confessed.
Indeed.
Wise
One
choices.
quick question. One quick question. You are, of course, very intelligent individual. What?
I can do without the sarcasm.
Oh no, I'm deadly serious. Because
The accent.
getting into this position, you must have taken precautions.
Ow.
I mean,
Ew.
how much did you trust this man?
Trust about as far as I could throw him, but he had something to gain. So I expected he could be trusted at least until he got it.
Would he expect you to send a cutout?
It's possible.
He could send a cutout.
Wait a minute. You risked the wrath of the Dusson-Claire family over a thief and some gold coin.
Don't have much of a presence here.
I'm not impressed by your money. It's hundreds of miles away.
Yes, well, I'm right here.
That you are. To my displeasure.
To mine as well. But since you did conspire against my family, I do hope you are prepared to face the consequences of your actions.
All I did was write and send a letter.
You impersonated a duke.
I did no
Derek,
such thing. Yes, Thomas?
yeah, you're streaming a private message.
What?
My bad.
Oops.
No, that wasn't your fault. That was my fault entirely. I keep forgetting that I couldn't make the stream look at only the internet window, so I have to do a screen capture.
Then I'll need to be very
I didn't
careful.
read anything, so don't worry there.
I'll just need to be very careful about PMs.
I can move Discord onto a different monitor.
Hello?
Alright.
Hello?
Okay, sorry. Mika unplugged my headset.
Gremlin.
No D&D, only dog. Dog and dog.
Dog and dog.
It's true. I have both of them, like, standing next to me, looking at me sadly.
Oh.
But no, the lady is right. Passing off a letter pretending that you were sending it from the Duke is impersonation.
Impersonation of someone sending a letter from the Duke, not impersonation of a Duke.
You wrote the letter.
True.
You impersonated a Duke.
Not.
The contents of the letter were clear. It was supposed to be, were it from my father. That was a sentence. Whoops. You know what I mean?
Does your family own mines, Lady St. Clair?
Oh,
God damn it.
should they?
traditionally the penalty for a crime like that is hard labor.
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
Usually enough hard labor to kill you.
It'd be up to Papa.
I'm prepared to pay for what I've done, but I do ask for the slightest bit of leniency. I've been cooperative.
We shall see.
That was
I
being
do
lenient.
have one question.
Right.
Yes?
What do you know about my mask?
I knew that whoever the thief was, apparently you, dropped it.
And that's all.
That's all I know.
What about this Axel fellow? Does he know anything about, well, the masking question?
I don't know. Should he? For all I know, he was someone that managed to be on the other side of you, could see your face as you ran off. I don't know
Interesting.
what happened. All I seem to know who you were.
Interesting. Okay. That is all I have.
Shall we be heading to the guards now, or is there more? Oh no, I forgot. You wanted this to be business as usual. So what is it you want now?
At least on my behalf, I wish for you to be arrested.
You will have to be arrested as well, if such is the case. For now, let us have him be the bait for the bigger prey.
All right.
Wasn't there some mention of a cutout?
I think it would probably be, if you would, my lady, better for us to send one of our own. That way we know what is being said and what can be done in any given situation. I think that if you wish to punish this man for crimes he's committed, the return of that gold he received up front from our man Axel would probably suffice, because as near as I can tell, aside from getting an actual thief arrested and losing some business by not having his best showpieces out, he hasn't done much wrong.
He impersonated my father. And was, fuck, what's the word I'm looking for?
Conspiring?
Is
Colluding?
it conspire? I don't know. It's like assistant. Like if you're an assistant to a murder.
Abetting? Aiding?
Accessorizing.
An accessory! Yes! Get it? Because he's a jeweler. He's an accessory
I was going to
to
make
the
that joke.
theft of the grand prize.
I hate this.
But I think that it will be better. I do think it would be better to send one of us to the meeting rather than him, and we will need him to maintain the front that he's still in on the job.
I can go.
Can you?
Can you? Aren't you noble? well known and recognizable, wealthy and important.
Common sense will chime in and say they have a point.
And also fairly suspicious.
Ah,
Suspicious?
that might work to my
Suspicious.
advantage.
Wouldn't it be
Also, I'm a
suspicious
minor
though
family.
if the guy himself didn't show up?
Well, that's why I asked him earlier if it would be suspicious given his circumstances surrounding being in the job if he sent a cutout, and he seemed not to think he would.
You're
Might
using
I
commoner slang.
interject?
We're talking about those words.
So a cutout, alright, very quickly. A cutout is a person that you send to a meeting that you think might turn against you. You've paid them to go to the meeting in your place. They will receive whatever information is there. And if things are actually a trap or a setup, you don't get pinched.
Dude, sucks for the guy who went there.
Yes, that's why they're a cutout.
Who
Also
would
called
we
either a Shadowrunner or a Mr. Johnson.
Who would we even send as a cutout?
I
Dirk.
I raise my hand again.
potentially aid
We would
as
send
long as
Dirk.
somebody is there. To
Can we
aid
send
me if
Dirk? Y'all were very, publicly affiliated with Lady de Sinclair. Also, it can't be Al. He knows that it's your mask. They're not going to send you as a cutout.
Nope.
I turn to the shopkeep, the jeweler, and I go, "What's my name?"
Denon?
How does he know my name?
They've been saying it.
You were supposed to get that wrong.
Right. And who am I?
A duke of some place.
How do you
Slaughtertown.
know this?
Because you people keep talking.
Right in front of him.
True. Just having all these conversations directly in front of him.
That is quite a tone to take with somebody that you presume to be a duke.
Clearly, none of us respect him.
Clearly.
So you really think he's a duke?
No. What duke resorts to thievery?
Wait, what thievery?
No thievery. We sorted it. It's fine. Dirk almost killed him. It's good.
What?
He
What
went
happened? I missed it.
He gave him the scary eyes.
Attempting to exercise restraint.
I'm rubbing off on you, Dirk.
Sure. There's just he is staring at you for that entire pause.
Not like that.
Alright, so have you guys settled on a plan, or is there still discussions being had?
We need a cutout. Who do we send? We still haven't decided that.
Well, it seems like it's between
If
you and
I have horns. I am not subtle.
Are
You
you
don't
the only
believe
tiefling in
me,
the city?
I'm just gonna.
I was also on that stage.
is he trying to escape there?
The mercenary will be taking his leave if no one stops
Let's use
him.
the mercenary.
I'm going to turn as he goes to leave and say, hey, does he does he turn toward me?
Yeah.
And say, those coins mean you don't talk about this.
He just pantomimes zipping his lips shut.
I nod and I let him go.
What was that motion?
You should have hired the mercenary to be the cutout.
That's what I said!
That is, she did say that?
I did shout
Catch him
that!
before he goes.
Do you need me to agree? I'm sorry, I just missed it. I just think my character just thinks it should be one of us.
None of us. We have all been very publicly associated together. because we had a
Not-
scene.
Yeah, but take off the armor
Shoots
and
eyes,
Dirk's
too.
any other dwarf. I would say that I'm any other drow, but drow are
Yeah.
pretty rare.
At least the non-murdering kind.
Very rare.
Hey! Owl, go to the shopkeep. Enough with the racist bullshit. I told you before. I'm going to say it again.
I thought
He's
that was
not
the voice in the
wrong.
sky.
You're very mouthy for someone who got knocked out with one punch.
One punch!
She will glare.
The shopkeeper will smirk at this.
I will remember this.
Alright, so you guys are going to... So are you going with the mercenary or one of your group to be the cutout?
I have voted for one of us, but it sounds like there are a lot of people who have concerns about that, so they should put their votes in.
Alright.
I also believe it should be one of us. But if
You don't vote for cutouts?
Well, how to become cutout then?
Wait,
I
the
believe
wait.
it should be one of us, but the rest of us there in case something goes south.
If you think the dwarf is inconspicuous enough.
I mean, if you think it should be the guy who just left, you should put that as your vote now and see if Dirk agrees with you. And see if Thenon agrees with you.
Thenon wants it to be him.
I can change my beard.
Can you? Let's do that.
Just braid it in a different way. Wear some different clothes. I assume that
Shave it off.
the high priest is just here and it's like, hey, don't even joke.
It's just suddenly this 1,000-yard stare.
I mean, the mercenaries are gone. Let's just go with Jerk. It's too much of a hassle to get him back.
Also, if Thenon... Oh, wait, if Thenon wants it to be him, then he's still voting for one of us. Aha! I have 3 votes!
You can count.
I can totally count.
So long as it's no higher than 10.
I didn't know you could count. I got 10 fingers and 10 toes, so I can count to 10 twice.
God damn it.
Alright.
I just
Well-
face palmed so hard I gave myself a bloody nose. Thanks, guys.
You always
So-
remember that bloody nose.
With that, we should be at least taking a break, if not calling it for the night, depending on what people want to do.
It's a pretty good long session.
I think it makes sense to call it here.
Oh, my legs.
I can continue if you guys want to, but I have to grab some dinner bare minimum.
No, I think that
How,
that is
how are you handling leveling in this game?
Milestones.
Milestone.
We're level 1.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Woohoo.
We're bibbies. Little babbies.
I'm 135.
I am 122.
A very old first level paladin.
See, I'm still young enough that I can count my age. Got
You're
one
too
toe
young.
left.
Oy.
Alright. Well, we've got some semblance of a party and goal, so I'm happy with today.
Things have come to better than they had been.
And I'm going to say it's been 2 sessions. You're really only supposed to spend 1 at first level, so even though there's not really been much in the way of combat, let's move it up to second level since some resources have been spent in these sessions.
Okay.
I healed somebody.
What do we do?
You...
I tried to kill somebody.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't get to try and kill someone because they surrendered too quickly because they're mean to me.
I went to the wrong character again. I'm like,
It's like,
level
I'm a
5?
rookie.
I shouldn't be level 5.
How do I plus level?
Alright, so look
Yes,
at
I was
the...
about to explain. There's the easy way to go about doing it is every character, regardless of what class, you add a hit die, and you have a specific type of hit die depending on your class. It will tell you how much hit HP it is on your class description in the player's handbook. So you increase your hit points, and you increase your hit die by 1.
Can I not just be like level 2?
So in Beyond, if you click your name and then you hit Manage Levels, it brings you back into the editor. From the drop down where it says level, you pick the one number higher.
In this case, 2.
And then it'll reload with new things that you have. So, like, I have a fighting style I need to pick. And if you're doing average HP, it does that and, like, does in the manage HP section and things like that. So, great weapon fighting.
Defense.
And then, spells.
Yep. You guys get some spells and some more lay on hands.
Do I get spells?
Anyone who's not a rogue gets spells at second level.
Yeah.
Boo.
Channel divinity. And
Yes, I get a single spell.
Yep.
Got spells now.
Okay.
Spells. I get to know 4 of them.
So,
4.
while you guys figure that out, I'm going to go grab a few slices of pizza and I'll be back to answer questions.
Oh, put some corn on it.
No.
Ew.
What?
are you fucking like this?
Why do none of you know about corn pizza? What's wrong with you people? Did you not
I don't
have
like corn.
elementary school?
Spellcasting.
I had
What are you
elementary
talking
school.
about?
In elementary school, they give you the rectangular pizza that had a bunch of flour on the bottom and corn to go with it. So you'd put the corn on the pizza, making corn pizza, which is delicious.
I don't know what the fuck she's on about.
What?
You cut
That's
out.
not pizza at all. It's like adding corn to ice cream.
No, it's adding corn to pizza.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come together.
Sam.
Yep.
Compel duel.
I took that one.
Right?
It's just you. Here.
Over here. Exactly. It always makes
Fuck
me...
this fucker in particular.
It always makes me miss the Divine Challenge from 4th Ed. Since this one you have to spend a spell slot on.
And it's a concentration thing.
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed Shield of Faith, Cure Wounds, and Compelled Duel.
I'd be happier if Compelled Duel was not concentration.
Yeah.
If it just had a duration. That way you could Compel Duel and then Shield of Faith if you needed to. If you're like, don't worry guys, I'll tank this one. You take care of the others. Because my other thought was...
I got this one. Nope, never mind. I do not.
Yeah, my other thought was heroism, but maybe I should look at... Maybe I should look at non-concentration... oh wow, there's only one non-concentration spell that I haven't already picked.
Command.
Of course I took command. I'm a paladin, of course I took command. No, the only non-concentration one that I didn't pick was ceremony. Oh, and it's from Xanathar's guide anyway.
I was about to admonish you for your puritanical ways.
Don't worry, did it myself. Good job with the NPC earlier, Drew. That was nice.
Yes.
That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
He asked me after last session how to possibly get everyone together.
Yeah, I could tell very much by the wording of the divination that that was very much what was going on.
Party.
Y'all are a group now. I don't care what you say about it.
Well, in most games, you either have a session 0 where you formulate a reason you would group up in the first session, or you have a session 0 where you say, we're all friends, here's how. So you just start.
Not us. We took the hard way through.
We had a discussion about that, and then ended up playing through the actual getting together. So, like, we discussed some stuff to get to that point, and then
here's the problem. If everyone doesn't have goals that are in line with each other, then you're not going to get together.
Yeah.
So you didn't count on on everyone not having similar goals.
Well, when we set up our session 0, there were at least 3 people who did have aligned goals. We tried to come up with the scenario that would put the others on the same page. I don't think we anticipated that we would be playing through the scenario we had set up. End the stream, though.